What's up, y'all? Welcome back, man. It's your boy D Friend back in the building for another episode of Absence Your Podcast.
It's your boy B Neil. What's good?
I said, damn, my shit ain't working. We back. A lot of a lot of topics to get into tonight. A whole bunch of plethora of shit from real world shit to sports to music and everything in between. So make sure you subscribe, channel, not subscribed already. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes for the Absolute Your Podcast audio versions of the show. Um, do we have any good things to start the show off? Bryce, do you have anything you want to go with today before we
I
hop into all
mean,
this?
got some new furniture.
Okay,
That's
okay.
cool.
We
That's
getting old.
always
That's some old
cool.
nigga shit. All right, we getting older.
Nah, that definitely some
Furniture. Got
old nigga
furniture.
shit.
Okay, got furniture.
Yeah, your shit is a little like
How's it look blurry? It look good to me.
and nah, it look like on some it look like some YouTube shit. Like set it look like 240p. Like it ain't blurry like a camera, it's blurry like the stream or some shit.
It's blurry. It's not blurry on the stream. It's blurry on the camera.
If you know what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm
I'm not
confused.
looking at YouTube. I'm looking at you, but it's not blurry like you. You know how the camera not focused in on you? It's not that type of blurry. It's like the stream is lagging type shit. That's what it looked like. But
This is what it
yeah.
look like for me. It look perfect for me.
Okay, let me look at the actual YouTube then.
My shit look. I don't know. My shit look icy on mine. I don't know what the fuck y'all looking at.
On my actual screen, nah, that how blurry, bro.
My shit look. Oh, my shit look icy on mine. Huh?
Nah, that how blurry on the YouTube and blurry on the I don't know what it is though.
I say fuck it. I ain't restarting it.
Yeah, I mean it be all right today. I had the webcam camera for so long.
I don't know why it look like that. Oh, do I have it? Maybe I have it. Hold on. I think I got it fucked up on my thing.
Oh yeah, you
No,
might have your streaming settings low.
video. Oh, I got it on my bad. That's why. I don't know if it updates. I had it on.
Yeah, you good, you know.
I had it on 480 on Restream. That's why.
Yeah, I was like,
My
it
shit
look
look
like
good though.
240p
When I'm
game.
looking at it, it look good. But on there, I guess it look fucked up. But who gives a fuck? Whatever. It don't matter. Anyways, let me know if it look good now. I changed it to 1080. Okay, it was on 480 at first. My bad.
Other good thing is my other job that I got. It's much better so far. It's cool. The hours is like shit great. Be out of there at 2 on the weekdays, 4 on the weekends. Yeah, I can't complain.
All right, salute to you then. So, anything else?
Nah, that's it, bro. That's it that I could think
And I
of.
mean, for me,
My boy Rob birthday today.
salute to Rob birthday. Salute to Rob.
My
Salute to
boy
Rob.
Rob
Salute to Rob. Let
birthday.
me hit that for you again. Salute to Rob for his birthday. But I had a great birthday weekend. Great time in Cancun. It was fun. Nice getaway. First time away from the kids in a long time. It was a great time.
My boy was getting drunk, boy. I ain't see you get that
Nah,
lit
that was
so
only one time, and then I threw up, and I was done after that.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
So all the drinking nights, all that drinking was on one day.
Yeah, most of it was one day. Like it was all throughout the day too. So it was like because you can get a shot at the pool, you can get a shot at breakfast, you can get a shot
free?
over here. Yeah, it was all inclusive. You do it everywhere, and I was done. By the end of the night, I was about to watch the fight. I threw up. I said, I'm done. But that's because I was drinking all that shit, and then we went to like this sushi hibachi type place, right? And so he was making the meals. He made shrimp. He made shrimp first with some other shit, right? Mix that together in a bowl. You eat that. Then he made chicken with like mushrooms and this, and you eat that. Then he made steak. Then he made salmon. There's too much food, too much alcohol. In the night, I'm like, oh fuck, my throat's starting to feel weird. This is the thing too. I didn't have a bag, right? I had like a fanny pack thing, and I advise you if you go on a trip, go to the airport, get a fanny pack. That's just it's convenient. So, anyways, that's all I had. There ain't no bag. I can't make the bathroom. I was throwing up in that shit, and I threw up on my shirt. I'm looking around, ain't nobody looking at me. Wipe that shit off. Back to the room. I'm done.
So, my nigga threw up in a fanny pack. Hey, you had a hot girl weekend.
That's all I had with me at the time. I had no bag. I ain't have enough time to go to the
throwing up
room.
in
So
a
that's what I
fanny
had
pack
to
is
do.
fucking crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's hella fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. We can talk about that in a minute. Anyways,
I wanted to comment on your vacation though, because how beautiful it actually looked. Bro. I was like, where was it again?
It was in Cancun.
Was it like a specific resort that's like known
it's
about
called,
or something? It was like that was nice.
It's called something majestic. Carla set it all up for me. I just popped up. We was there, all inclusive, had a pool. Like it was 2 stories. The top bar had a private pool, and then you go back into the room. It was great. It was a good time. Fun. Jet skiing was fun. It was a great time.
Pushing that, huh?
It was fun. I gotta do that shit again. I gotta do that shit again for sure. Nigga said white girl wasted. I was white girl wasted. That was like I said, it was an all day shot-a-thon. I'm telling you, it's like all day. So this man used a fanny pack as a toilet. And Shake my head I thought you was going to Alaska. Good, Trey, you asked so many goddamn questions. Just wait and see. You'll see where I'm at. Trip, where you going? What's this? Where you at? What airport you at? What flight you take? God, we just wait and see. God damn. But anyways, um, oh, also I did my announcement. I lost 100 pounds. Salute to me. I don't got a clap, but I dropped a bomb right there. I told you, it was like, I told it like 6-7 months ago. I was like, I gotta chill out, man. I think it was like 7 months ago. Maybe I started doing that shit. I had to cut out fast food, drink more water, start going on walks. I bought like a little gym weight, like my own. Like I always be like, man, if I ever have my own weight thing, like my bench press, a squat thing, like a dumbbells, all that type of shit, I'm like, I actually probably lose weight. And I even got like a little boxing thing in there, and then hey, just I ain't gonna lie, days I fuck up, I still eat a McDouble here or there, but back in my day, I was eating like when we was bro, I used to think about the times when we used to work in the warehouse and shit like that. I used to go on lunch. I'd be like, give me 2 McDoubles, a 20-piece nugget, medium. Like I used to be going crazy back in the day. Crazy.
Yeah, we did, but I ain't gonna lie, it felt like it was like it matched our workouts though.
Yeah, but I didn't. But that habit didn't stop once I left the warehouse shit. That shit kept on going.
Yeah, cause I used to get 3 hot and spicy, a large fry and a drink, and that'd be $5.
Yeah, see, that was cool when we was like working out at school, and we working out, and then we eat that bullshit, and we like fucking 16, 17. When you get 25, 26, 27, 20, it's like, all right, that should start to, and you don't do no type of moving around. You working from home, you just sitting your ass on the. Yeah, that shit catch up.
Now, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't notice you got that big, maybe because we didn't see each other that much, or maybe it's just like you.
No, I think when you see somebody all the time, I don't think you really notice it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you when you look at the pictures, you like even I look at the picture, I was like, damn, I was that big. Like I'm still big now, but like I was like, damn, I was that big when I was like I got videos and pictures. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like when I seen you, it was a visible difference. I'm like, nah, nigga, you said you been working that shit, but nah, you lost some weight, nigga. Like
that shit, weight. And then when you big, once you kind of cut that shit out, it kind of like, when you big as a motherfucker and you chill, you'll lose weight faster. Like if you skinny, right? Are you like 2 something right now? And you trying to lose weight, it may be a little slow, but when you big and you stop eating all them calories, you actually just start moving around a little bit, you can have some motion if you do it consistently.
Man, salute to you, my boy. Salute to you, my boy.
I just like seeing niggas travel. Oh, my bad. I was reading something.
No, you good.
Hot and spices aren't the worst thing to eat at McDonald's, though. I mean, I'm not saying, but you say at one, I was eating like 2 hot and spices, 2 McDoubles, large fries, sweet teas. Like that's a lot of shit. And it ain't just once. It's like you eat breakfast, lunch, and you just going crazy all in that motherfucker. Who here? Salute, flying low.
Hey man,
just have to watch your quantity. You really can eat anything.
What you quantity and your work it, like how much you actually sweating and stuff like that. Yeah. Calorie burning. Nah, man.
But see, I'm not until I get to my goal weight. That's when I reveal like the whole like where I started at and then what I'm at like right now. It's like people can leave it up to interpretation. When I say 100 pounds, you can guess how much the max was and how much. Like you just leave it up to interpretation. But when I hit what I want to be at, like a lifestyle kind of, and I'll be like, I was here and then now I'm here.
Now for sure. I see that. Hey man. Throw some sad music in, throw some air horns. We got some fucking news.
Oh, I don't got no sad music.
Throw me some fucking air horns or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay,
that's fucking good enough because that's how I fucking felt when I seen our main motherfucking nigga on somebody else shit.
Oh, I think we talked about that already.
No, we ain't talked about that shit on this goddamn shit.
Oh, we ain't talking about that shit. I must have been talking about that shit on my show, like by myself. I thought we talked about that shit here.
I don't think we talked about it, man. But this nigga Charles Edward Cheese have been found. And then I lost the motherfucking. On my watch.
I could have sworn we talked about that shit already on this show, but I guess we didn't. I've given my grievances. You can give your grievances. I've already given my grievances.
Charles.
He gone, nigga. He ain't gonna see this. He gone.
God damn.
He gone.
Nigga don't even stop by no more. Like, nigga.
That's why I said, nigga, you ain't got to get the money, my nigga. I thought we was a family here. I thought we was doing verses. We was having fun. Like, it ain't even about the money. It ain't even about the money.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt. I thought my nigga was just off of YouTube.
I was concerned about this nigga. I thought this nigga was dead. In jail. I was like, genuinely
all the time.
I hit that nigga up. You know, we used to play the game on EA Sports. I was like, hey, I hope you good, bro. Like, I was genuinely like, I hope this nigga good. Yeah. I ain't getting no response on the EA Sports friend thing. I'm like, God, that this nigga died. But here this nigga go giving out money to this nigga over here. Salute to him, though. Because another guy, I talked about it in the stream, right? And another guy had messaged me, and he was like, oh, he does this all the time. Like, he used to fuck with somebody named, like, Devon Wiltshire, and then he just stopped at that nigga stream, and he just blessed the YouTube streets. I mean, hey salute to him while he was here. He was a blessing. Wealth. Salute to him. He was a blessing. You know,
that's crazy. Well, let's speak on that then. Let's speak on that for a little bit. That's crazy. Out of all the channels, maybe it's a black YouTube thing, but out of all even the black channels and YouTubes that he came across our shit, and we was able to even get some of them blessings, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Because when I look at the Devon Wiltshire guy, he got like 100,000, I think, and then the Showbiz guy who he's fucking with now, he got like 150 already. I'm like, how the fuck he find my shit? And then he stuck around. Maybe he was fucking with the verses. I don't know. But salute to him. I'm just. Hey,
we got some. Hey man, Michael Jackson versus Kanye.
We got more. We got more. I promise. They're not over with. But regardless, just shout out, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's all I can do. Shout out. So, anyways, I might need to pull the cheese too. I don't feel appreciated. Nigga, you on Bryce Live every damn second. I'm not ducking the verses. Look, this is what. Let's talk about this real quick before we get into Ja Morant. Let's talk about this. No matter what happens in the verses, I still do think Kanye West could beat Michael Jackson in the verses, right? But if I lose on my channel with the amount of people that will be watching, I wouldn't look at that like a legitimate loss. Like, I lost for this scope of thing, but like, I can see. Actually, let me scratch it. Never mind. Kanye would lose just because one, people don't really fuck Kanye at this moment. Michael Jackson has the nostalgia of Michael Jackson. I was listening to shit. I was like, bro, I can see these songs beating Michael Jackson songs, but everybody's so up Michael Jackson's ass, and he's a great. And then let me just rewind. Michael Jackson is a great legend, arguably the best ever, whatever performer, greatest performer ever, the greatest, top 100 million household, all that. When you say these things on social media, niggas act like I said Michael Jackson was trash. Like I said, Kanye was gonna 20-0. Like I could be 11-9. Like I said, Kanye's gonna sweep this nigga. 11-9. Like, and then people saying like Kanye is not who Kanye is. Like I get it, Michael Jackson's Michael Jackson, but it's like, bro, Kanye is still. I don't know. But whatever. I'm not gonna rehash it.
Only thing
some people agree, some people disagree. Like I said, when I say that, it don't mean I say he's gonna wash Michael Jackson. Even you people who think Michael Jackson win, I don't think he's gonna wash Kanye like off the fucking board. And if you think that, I think you're crazy. But regardless, I digressed.
Only reason I feel like it'll be hard for me to judge is because I'm big on sonic, like how it sounds sonically, and I feel like it wouldn't be fair, me personally, because I feel like Michael Jackson shit, it wasn't meant for the sounds and not even the sounds, but like the microphones and headphones we got today. Like I just feel like it don't match what Kanye put in production. Like all that shit gonna bang. It's gonna be tuned to how we listen to music now. So I feel like maybe that may create some bias in my heart. But
yeah, but people got the nostalgia shit. I saw one guy who's on Wardu's thing. He was like, and Michael Jackson could use. You know, people have sampled Michael Jackson. I don't want to hear Michael. If we're in a Michael Jackson versus, and he got to use a record that sampling him, that nigga lost. If he ain't got enough, if he ain't got a 20 clip of just him, he got to use shit nigga sampled, then that nigga lost. If I hear anybody play a Michael Jackson sampled song, like a recent song that samples Michael Jackson in the verses, you lost. Because he's just so great. He should use all 20 by his goddamn self. He don't need to use a sampled fucking record.
I get it. Like Michael Jackson, his voice is everything. He had original bands probably making the sound. Like that's the big thing too. Like, so I get it making it from scratch, but music is music. Music have evolved, and unless we just gonna discredit this whole generation of sampling and things like that, I think there shouldn't be a point because it's not. Let's be real. Everybody can sample in this generation. Everybody got the luxury, but for sure, nigga, Kanye and how he do it is top ranks. Besides maybe like a Drake or some shit. And as I seen Nipsey recently, shout out my nigga, I'm always plugging. But somebody had a Nipsey third all his samples, but it's not even the same because he's not doing the production like a 40 or Kanye would do. But I hear it. I get that point. Michael Jackson shit is natural, but we're not in them times no more. So if we're gonna actually judge different generations, that's just gonna be a part of it. Because then if that's the case, you can go into like, this is an organic band, and then these niggas just on the computer. Like at some
let me
point,
see.
you can
Warder
always
said if he gonna play this record. Let me see. Hold on real quick. You think Kanye don't got nothing that could beat that? Like, that's my thing. Is like, y'all niggas say just because Michael Jackson, like, eventually that nigga gonna run out of records. I don't know, but like I said, I might be delusional. I'm trying to think of like 20.
If he play that,
I could play Jesus Walks and beat that. Like come on, like that's what I'm saying when niggas be saying like they act like Kanye ain't got shit to beat him with. You say if you play this shit, my bad. And I play Jesus Walks. That's like a Jesus Walks dub. Like, what are you talking about?
And back to what I was saying earlier, what Michael Jackson did in his time, of course, people in his era may like, whatever. I don't fuck with him because he brought out the feelings and the emotions of them times. Bro, Kanye know what he was doing with the music that he created, bro. We gonna get just as much feeling listening to some Kanye shit and feeling some soulful shit just as much as Michael. And I feel like it's maybe even more because Kanye shit theme matches how we are in this era. So I don't know, bro. When it comes to like actually feeling music, bro, when you play some Jesus Walks, when you play Through the Wire, like that shit gonna make me feel a certain way just as much as maybe you playing some Thriller or some shit like that. Like, I'm being honest, bro.
You play Billie Jean, I play Gold Diggers, like, both about hoes. Like, I don't know which one. Bang, I don't know. Maybe Gold Digger. I don't know.
I'm going with Gold
Digger. I don't know. Billie Jean. And this,
shout out to the sample.
I'm putting these, and when I'm talking about, I'm putting these guys at like God tier, like musical levels. Like, I'm not saying, like I said, like when you say something could be something in the verses, you're not saying they're trash. You're putting them at a certain level. When you say Jay-Z could beat Wayne, I mean, in ours he did, but like, you're still putting these guys, like they could beat everybody else. Like there's nobody, like in my mind, Michael Jackson and Kanye are the two people that I don't think most people can probably beat. So out of every musician ever, if I'm saying these are the two top people, and people say R. Kelly, and I mean, maybe R. Kelly probably could beat Kanye or Michael, but it's just like, it's a fun, who knows? That's what the fuck is there for.
Kanye can beat Beyonce.
Kanye can beat Beyonce. I think he could, but also I think that people feel a vibe, like people feel a vibe with the singing shit, like R&B type shit. People feel a little different, like way about it. Yeah. That's why I feel Kanye does good with his music because, like you say, he puts in that type of like soul sample-y, like it's so ain't just like rapping. So like like I said, I digress. I think it would be good. See, Ye beating Beyonce with ease, like I said, like to say like Kanye can't fuck with Michael, but then Kanye would wash Beyonce. It's like, well, not wash. Ye's beating with, well, you said with ease. See, I never said Kanye beats Michael with ease. I said I think he could win. To say that Ye just beats Beyonce with ease, it's like, who's the crowd? Who's watching? Like, Yeah.
And I feel like Kanye, his music was good enough to touch a lot of the people that was Michael Jackson fans. That's just my thing. So I don't know. I don't feel like it's gonna be a new era versus old era thing. I feel like a lot of people that in my mama generation, maybe not so much my granny generation, but will fuck with some Kanye shit. Because I mean, when she was in the club, that's what Kanye was popping.
I mean, regardless of the semantics of words you're using, Ye beating her with ease, I wouldn't wash Beyonce, but it would be convincing. Which still, like you're saying, you would beat her like badly, like I said. And even with these things, like you're saying, what would you play if Pretty Young Thing came on? What would you play if Wanna Be Starting Something come on? It depends on the listener. Like Kanye got hits. Like I could play fucking Stronger, Power, Gold Digger, All Falls Down. Like these are like I didn't play Homecoming. Like people like this song. But like I said, Michael Jackson got that so much nostalgia shit. People be like, no, Michael Jackson automatically, they want to hear shit. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe I'm just going on what I would personally rather listen to if you played these two records. Like even when we did Beyonce, Rihanna, I like Rihanna more than Beyonce. So a lot of times I won around, I'd be like, damn, I like that Beyonce. I mean, I like that Rihanna song better. So it's really up to just what you like personally. And I feel like Michael Jackson has that mythical thing, and he does make great music. I'm not dismissing he makes great music, but you know, I think he would. I think Michael Jackson would win in the majority of people's eyes because he's Michael Jackson. Like they can't even fathom the thought. Like people say, oh, Prince versus Michael Jackson. I think Prince, like I said, I'm not an old motherfucker, and I'm not too big on Prince's catalog as much as Michael's because Michael shit has been drilled into your head all through your life. But I think he would probably easily beat Prince if I was to assume, right?
I honestly, well, and this is one a little, I guess, not off topic. One thing I can say about verses is I love that we did it since we're a music podcast because it helped us understand pretty much all of the artist catalogs, their top hits. Same with a lot of the other different kind of stuff that we did with the tier listing and stuff. It helped us kind of understand, especially our era of hip hop. So I feel like with Michael Jackson, I don't know his 20. I know his 10. I don't know his 20.
I don't, like I said, like if Wardu's saying like Jam in like Human Nature, he's telling me that shit. Like, what are you gonna play when I play this? I'm like, I must be out the loop because when I just played those, that didn't like, whoa, like that was like, okay, I could beat that shit. But I guess the other people, that shit's like, whoa, or it's just this Michael Jackson. Like obviously, Billie Jean, Dirty Diana, Thriller, like the big records. But like, if you're telling me eventually in this battle you're gonna have to go to Jam and Human Nature, and I can't beat those, come on.
Yeah, no, I feel like the top 10 is gonna be some tough shit to handle. But I also feel like Kanye best 10 or some very strong shit. And I said, I'm not arguing that Michael don't have 30 hits, but when we talk about Kanye, he got 30 hits too.
But yeah,
it's a good thing to battle errors, I think, too, bro. It's fun, There's just not too many different people we can compare. Like maybe like a LL Cool J, but it's not too many. Maybe like a Nelly or something like that, or like I can't think of somebody too modern era because we don't really just have those cool dudes like that. Like the last cool dude we had is Drake, and he got too many hits.
And even like Michael Jackson's like hits when I'm scrolling through, it's like I still wouldn't listen to those and be like, oh my god, these are the greatest things ever. Like they're good, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, he's gonna watch Kanye. Like you like they don't really care about us. Like that's cool, but I don't know. Like there's fucking Kanye records I would like better than that. But I'm saying that's me. The majority already know y'all niggas up Michael Jackson's ass so damn far. Never mind, I'm about to say some crazy shit. But whatever. I get it. He's Michael fucking Jackson. He's one of ones. Mount Rushmore of music, all that shit. But I digress. Let's get into some current event shit. Different you would lose versus give up on this. Some motherfucker like Warden. I know on YouTube it shall lose, right? Unless like I'm in front of like an audience of like a mixture of people. You never know. Kanye could come on top because niggas love Kanye. Let's not discredit Kanye. That's what I'm saying. The only thing I want to come to this that I've seen from this conversation is like the crazy discrediting of Kanye. Where somebody said if Kanye died tomorrow, nobody would give a fuck. I'm like you ain't got to ride Michael Jackson's dick that hard to be like if Kanye died, nobody would give a fuck. Like who the fuck is he? Like what are we talking about? This argument like one of the most influential people in the past like 20 years. What are we talking about? But regardless, I digress. Ja Morant. What do you got?
Fucking idiot, man. Well, with Ja Morant, I mean, there's a few things that's been kind of.
Yeah, niggas say stuff like that. My bad. As if MJ didn't basically invent music. See, that's when it gets to like dick sucking. Like he invented music. Okay, all right. Let's go. Ja Morant. NBA basketball. Who fucking knows? Other MVP voters racist. Jokic is white. Let's get into some shit I don't even fucking know about. Let's go.
But I mean, you've seen the Ja Morant in the gun with the gun or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe you seen him with being on the sideline shooting the gun. I don't know if you heard about him with the 17-year-old and getting into that fight and stuff like that, but it's just been some recent things coming out about him that is saying that he want to be like on some gangster behavior, and I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like he's?
I think even like I see people say, how do y'all know he hasn't been that? But even if he's been that, at a certain point you got to know you can't be that no more. Like when you're getting X, Y, and Z amount of money, like you would maybe it's hard because I'm not from the streets, I'm not from the hood, so maybe like when that's been ingrained in you from 0 to when he get in the NBA, like 18 maybe or whatever, like that's been his life, then maybe it's hard to just snap out, I'm 100 million, $200 million player, I'm this, I'm that. Maybe it's hard. But I would assume you would try a lot harder than what you do to not, be around that type of shit. And not like I said about his friends when they was pointing lasers at the NBA at the
Oh, that's what
Pacers,
else that
at the
happened.
Pacers people, you'd be like, you would think they would be smarter than to do dumb shit like that. But obviously something's not clicking in their head. Like we're in a different realm, we're in a different level right now.
I forgot about that happening. Yeah, that was pretty asinine coming from his friend. But supposedly he's also an alcoholic. It was a video of him on the plane down in a bottle, and
He was an
that could
icebox with the
also.
Casamigos.
So yeah, obviously, and then during the summer he was drinking heavy. As far as like his parties and stuff that he'd have and be on live and stuff like that. But people, dismiss it as him in the summertime. But it do start to seem like there's a like an overall like Ja Morant probably has had a little bit of dysfunctional behavior in him. Because like I said, that stuff I seen in the summer, that happened like within the first 2 years him being in the league. He was comfortable drinking heavy on stream, not really caring. So I don't know. Maybe it is always been his behavior, but that's when people was kind of joking and saying he came from a 2-parent household and he had his legs crossed in a picture and shit like that. But maybe that's people reaching. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm a big reader, like just looking at how people body language and how they really carry themselves. And from what I see, I don't get that energy from him. I don't really get intimidated from a person like his energy. He seemed friendly. He seemed cool. He don't seem like this dude that's like, um, what do you call it? A hothead that's ready to pull the strap, that's ready to get into a fight, that's ready to die about some shit. Like I just don't get that energy from Ja Morant. And honestly, to be as great as he is, it really don't make sense that he is that type of dude, bro. The amount of hours you got to put in, the amount of dedication you got to put in to even get to that level, like,
You don't
bro,
got time to be a street nigga.
you don't have time to be a street nigga. And not only that, bro, you wouldn't have got drafted number 1 and number 2 overall if you had a history of that behavior. And
Yeah.
other coaches have seen that behavior, and teachers have seen that behavior, and principals. Like these people do research, bro. So you would not even have been the first or second overall pick in my eyes. So I really just don't see it. But we speak on this all the time. Do you think it's just this like insecurity and just lack of self-identity,
I
like
wonder if it's. I wonder if it's just
identity?
like. I wonder if it's like this. I wonder if it's like you're in the NBA, right? You're in like a league. You're in something, and you see how like y'all are so scrutinized. You kind of got to be cookie cutter. You got to do this, and they look over to their right, and they see these fucking rappers. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They live in life. And you like you're enticed by that because like y'all are all rich, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm rich, Lil Baby's rich, your Gunna's rich, whoever, right? Name Lil Durk, and you're with them, right? Like I'm sure he's hung out with Moneybagg Yo before, and they in the club, and they like, damn, y'all get to have fun, y'all get to do this, y'all get to have change, y'all ain't got no leash. We're like, oh, we got to answer the reporters and do this. Y'all just have fun. Y'all slap women, y'all beat motherfuckers, people, do all kind of shit, and y'all get to go perform, and y'all are good. Like y'all get to live life. We can't do shit here. So it's like maybe there's an element of that as well.
I think you nailed on the coffin. I wasn't even thinking about that, but I think it's a famous Wayne line or a rapper line where they say the rappers want to be ball players and ball players want to be rappers, essentially. And that speaks to that, bro. It makes total sense when you say that, because it's that when I think, because let's be real, what I've always thought about athletes, Blue Mountain State, a lot of bitches, a lot of fun, a lot of partying outside of football. Like when it's football season, of course, but outside of that, I feel like it's a lot of that. Like when you look at a Tupac video and he was dancing like this outside with his shirt off, I forgot what song that was, or the 2 Live Crew when they was down in Miami. That's what I feel like the everyday life of an athlete is to a degree when they want to have fun and stuff like that. So I could see them getting caught up in that fast lifestyle and things like that. But you know what's weird about this is typically like a role player that gets like that, or like a dude that's kind of like he not really the focus of a team, because they don't be that, like, to be Ja Morant, bro, unless you're just an uber talented dude like AI was supposedly was. He was one of, like, maybe that's the comparison we need to look at, but AI supposedly never went to practice. He'll be drunk and shit like that when he do go, and he never cared, but he'll still drop off 30, 40 points a night. So maybe it's a little bit of that in Ja Morant.
He's like, I seen somebody. I mean, it was Pat Beverly. That was like, John Morant. I'm paraphrasing. John Morant made a mistake, but they shouldn't punish him too harshly. They shouldn't whatever. He's the culture. He's like the new youth culture. He's the cultural figure.
That's
So maybe
stupid.
he's like tying like the NBA with like what's cool and like I said, what's cool in hip hop culture, and it kind of like it's crossing. It's kind of crossing over like to the NBA world. But my thing was people's like, well, y'all glorify rappers that do this, this, and this, and this every day. I say rappers that do that shit publicly. Me personally, like maybe everybody else they glorify, but I say like if you're gonna do it like in real life, I think you're dumb. But musically, yeah, we celebrate it, we listen to it, we rap to it. But also, I said the difference is the NBA isn't trying to the organization that's paying you 40, 50, 60 million dollars. They're not trying to push that type of shit. Right? They're trying to push basketball players. Record labels, they want you to have a couple bodies. They want you to have cases. They want you to really be from the streets. They pay them to do that. Mm-hmm. They pay them. And even when you do bad shit, like I said, when Playboy Cardi's girlfriend came out recently and was pregnant, and she said that he beat the shit out of her. And I think I could be wrong. Let me just say allegedly. Like I think there was pictures of it too. I could be wrong. But then Iggy Azalea came out and said, I tried to tell y'all when he was with me, X wanted to do the same type of thing. And then he got these two allegations and he's on Rolling Loud stage going crazy. Like rappers, they're held to a different standard than you're an NBA player. They're not promoting that. They're not paying for that. They're like, we're paying for squeaky clean organization, family friendly. Let's go do fucking community service for the kids at the hospital. They're not playing for gangster basketball players. That's not a new genre.
And I mean, honestly, you could be, but you posted that typically was like the enforcer role or like that person like coming to play defense.
Zach Rudolph or Zach Randolph, whatever.
But it's not the face of the fucking team.
Yeah, no, not you.
Yeah, so that's what's weird about him, and that's what I kind of hinted to earlier. Is like normally you'll see a dude that really don't like Lou Williams going to the strip club during the bubble. It's like, oh, he a 6-man. He is obviously he'll lose focus. He a great player, but the reason he ain't as great as he could because he lose focus from time to time.
J.R. Smith, him drinking a Henny and like that's okay. He's like a nigga like 7, 6 string, whatever the fuck. You over there, cool. But when you like starting 5 and you're number 1 of your starting 5. Look at Steph Curry, look at LeBron, look at like this is what you need to kind of emulate in this role.
And he's number 1 of his team, but he's also number 1 in his generation. Supposedly he's the first Gen Z, first guy from the Gen Z generation to get a Nike deal and not a Nike deal, but an exclusive shoe. So even then, like he was potentially going to be the face of the league almost.
Yeah.
Like, besides maybe like a Luka or something like that. But from the black aspect of things, like. He probably could have been the face of the league.
I was watching. I mean, they could, but that kind of ties in what you're saying. What's his name? What's the guy who got the fucking fucked up? He redid his hair. His name's like Nick something. I don't know. It's some Nick Wright. Nick Wright. He was talking about this. That's why I put loses billions because I'm just kind of stealing what he said. He was saying that John Morant could potentially. I think that's kind of a stretch. I feel like he's going to go through this and then he'll be back. He'll be playing great. People won't give a fuck next year. It'll be over with, right? If he just stops doing whatever he's doing. But he was like. He could potentially be the greatest American basketball player, right? He said maybe he's not better than Luka, maybe he's not better than Giannis or Joel Embiid, but there's a lane for being the best American basketball player in the league, and you're potentially missing out on major deals because you kind of want to go down this route. And he said lose billions, and I'm saying he said that the contracts eventually would be like $60, $65 million. He's young. He's already got $200 million worth of contracts right now, so. If he gets 2, 3, 4 more contracts, he could probably make $1 billion. Not saying he's gonna have liquidly, but he's made $1 billion through endorsements, through his fucking contracts and all that type of shit. And you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to mess that up.
Because let's just do a little quick rundown. Let's go on just marketability and our skills. Because honestly, I think it's like John Morant probably in the same category, maybe even less. Jason Tatum or John Morant marketability.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. You just put him out there.
But I'm saying, who would you like right now? Who you think is more marketable?
Let me say this: I think the kids would probably rather be John Morant.
That's what I
think the kids would honestly rather be.
That's John what I'm. Morant that's what I'm bringing up. What about Donovan Mitchell or John Morant?
John Morant.
Lonzo Ball or John Morant?
John Morant. I think if LaMelo kind of gets if you say LaMelo Ball, John Morant. I don't know. I see a lot of kids love LaMelo. I know he got hurt. He's out for the rest of the year. So maybe those two, you could kind of be like, who's going to be,
Trae Young, John Morant.
I feel like Trae Young at one point was like super cool, but I don't hear, like I said, I'm not a basketball guy, so I only go off like who I hear the most about. I don't hear too much about Trae Young as much as I did on social media. So I'd say Ja Morant.
Yeah, and I'm naming pretty good to great players. And
Zion, I would say Ja Morant.
yeah, exactly. And Zion
Um,
marketability was crazy just 2 years ago. And they wasn't
yeah,
they from the same draft? Or
yeah, 1 and 2.
yeah. So when you make that point about him being the best American and potentially being like the face of the American basketball from when we talk about black people, I mean, let's be real. We when it comes to who picks the
Like
branding of that,
I think
it's definitely us.
besides LaMelo Ball, I think it would be him. Like I
Well,
feel
you
like the
crazy.
two, not who me or
No, Trill.
Trill.
You good, bro.
Oh,
My bad.
I think the most culturally relevant young people, and like I said, I'm not a big basketball guy, but just what I see on for a social media aspect would be Ja Morant and LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball's hurt right now, and also
Yeah.
maybe if LaMelo, like the Memphis Grizzlies ain't a big team, but I think if LaMelo was able to leave Charlotte and go like maybe a bigger, market, it would probably
For sure.
skyrocket. But
For sure.
he's got to be where he's at right now.
Yeah, and you gotta think for Ja Morant to be competing with LaMelo Ball, you gotta think that was a brand that was created before him
Yeah,
coming
he was in
into the
high school when he
league.
was already millions of fucking.
Yeah, and
Ja Morant
got
was
their own
Murray
TV
State.
show.
He was in Zion's shadow, kind of going into the draft, and then now he's kind of exploded to what he is now. You just don't want to mess that up for dumb shit. Like I said, like Shaq said, Shaq's like, hey, he got to take accountability. Like he didn't get caught on somebody else's live. Like he went on his phone, he hit live, he pulled out the gun himself. Like he did these things himself. If he would have did that, if he would have had a gun in the club with shirtless and no videos around, we'd have never known about it. It'd just be like something maybe you heard about, maybe, but you never had no confirmation. But like he did that to himself, nobody else.
That was reckless behavior, but let's talk about just his behavior in a club. Reckless. How many niggas is looking to rob a vulnerable person? How many people are looking to take advantage of a rich dude like that? This nigga in the strip club with his shirt off. He is too fucked up. He is too out of his mind to be acting like that in a fucking strip club, bro.
It ain't even like you in Memphis. You was in Colorado after y'all played the Nuggets. Did they? I don't know. I could be wrong. Did they lose that game too?
I can look it up real quick.
Now you can't lose the game, go celebrate, and pull out the gun, and like then you got to question how did you even get a gun in Colorado when y'all from Memphis? Y'all from Tennessee. But the police have closed that investigation, so he's good on that end. So Warder says they did lose. You lost
by almost 20.
Yeah, but you lost the game and you go to the strip club. Cool, go celebrate. You probably in despair. Let me throw a couple ones. That's fine. I don't give a fuck about that. But he gonna pull out the gun. Regardless if it was his gun or not. Maybe it was a homie's gun who drove there with it and they're his protection. Whatever. It's dumb. And then the thing that makes it the dumbest is you already have this media narrative going on about you already. Shannon Sharp been talking about you for the past 2 weeks leading up to that. So you already have the narrative. Everybody's on. Damn, why does he make mistakes? Are his friends pointing lasers? Were they guns or were they just lasers? Who knows? He's beating up the 17-year-old thing kind of came out a little bit. And then now it's fully out there what happened with that whole situation. So the situation was like, he beat up
it's two 17-year-olds.
Well, I just saying that he beat up a 17-year-old at his house. And then he went in the house and came back out with a gun. Now, Ja Morant's claim is the guy said he was going to come back and shoot up the house. And he was like tripping, whatever. So like, if you defending your family, I kind of like give you a pass on that. But you got to relax, though. You got to chill.
Yeah. And I'm not saying if I was in that position, I wouldn't do stupid shit. I was a hothead. I used to take advantage of being big and like a nigga saying something. It could be something little. I'd be like, nigga, fuck you, and try to push it to something further because I know I could fight. I know I could beat niggas up. Ja Morant
50 fights.
Ja Morant rich. Ja Morant got niggas that's gonna ride for him. He got a gun. He could easily feel like, fuck it.
Oh, he beat up a 17-year-old at the mall and his house?
Yeah, that's the
damn.
That's the other 17-year-old.
I just remember I just heard about the one at his house.
And you know what that speak to? That speak to a lack of it speaks to insecurity.
This caller fuck with me.
In my mind, because that's one of them things. It's like, bro, as you better than a 17-year-old. You probably if you're an adult, you should beat a 17-year-old nigga ass. But I feel like that's him trying to punch down on an easy fight. Like we ain't all seen, we even talk about Will Smith, like he was a bitch for doing that because he wouldn't have done that to The Rock. He wouldn't have done that to whoever the fuck else that maybe has some stature about themselves. So I feel like that's something similar to him. Like I'm faking gangster, and I'm gonna get aggressive all at the right times that I need to get aggressive, and it's always against niggas that's either outnumbered, a nigga that you know weak, or something like that, bro.
Or a nigga that don't have a certain status. Because like I said, like people say like he did
shit
it.
like
Like
that.
people say he did it. Like just the Will Smith thing real quick. That he did it to Chris Rock because he's not the Rock or Jason Momoa or Johnson, whoever, right? I honestly don't think he would have did that if that was Kevin Hart. Like maybe I could be wrong, but if that was Kevin Hart, and like I said, in the comedy world, people say Chris Rock is like greater than Kevin Hart.
I can see that.
I still think that Kevin Hart is like just this big global, like whatever, right? I don't know if he would do that to Kevin Hart. So that just leads like the because like he wouldn't do that to Mikey Williams, right? That's a 17-year-old. He wouldn't do that to like Bronny James or whoever, like whatever young Amari, whatever, like whatever young 17-year-old. Like he'll do it. You'll do it to the right one. You kind of you're measured of who you'll do shit to.
Yeah.
But regardless, back to your point. Ja Morant tripping, whatever.
That just leads to that like fake hood, and like I really don't see that in him because other dudes will laugh that type of shit off for the most of the time. Unless you're really having a bad day, bro, you will laugh that shit off most days, bro. Because it's not necessary, bro. Like, and there's many ways to get back at somebody on the court, and as far as being aggressive, than having to just throw a ball in somebody's face and maybe pull out a gun and threaten them. Like, come on, bro. Like, you've been hooping for a minute. You took it from
like the ball hit you in the face, I get it, and then you took it to another level. But like I said, he claims that the guy claims he's going to come back and shoot up his house. So he's trying to let the guy know that hey,
yeah, but
we're not light over here.
It speaks to the like all his other energy and his friends. Like they quick to pull that guns, they quick to pull that because they feel like they invincible. So I could see him threatening that kid for no reason on some stupid shit. He feel like he invincible. And I've been there before. Like me personally, I've been there. Like if I know I ain't really got a problem in a fight, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk all the shit I want. What I'm worried about you for? Like, so I could easily see if like I'm not a person to have guns and stuff like that, but we say that with people that have guns, they be. I literally heard a nigga say that. He like, y'all waiting on a nigga to try me so I could use this hoe. Like,
go home. Go home.
That's what I said. But you got to think like people will make a situation them type of people will make a situation that's not something into something just so they could do that. Like, and that 17-year-old situation speaks to that shit. But now I ain't never want to be gangster. I just like to fight, bro. Fighting was fun.
I was thinking about that today when I was like, I'd be hard on people. I'd be like, damn, they're so fucking stupid. They do stupid shit. They kill people. Like, I still think all that shit stupid. But what's his name? The Poetic Flocka guy. He made a post, and it was about this guy from I don't know. Well, he's not from O Block, but he's like whoever's opposite of O Block. I don't know all that type of shit, but whatever gang is opposite of O Block, one of their guys got sent to prison because they killed some guy named Whitey, right? And he was rapping in his song that he made that I was there when Whitey got killed and it turned me to a demon. I was like, okay, he made this song in 2019. He was like 20 something. That Whitey guy got killed in like 20. I think they posted 2012. So I tried to subtract. He would have been like a young teenager. I'm like, maybe when you a teenager, you see that shit. You see your friends getting killed. Maybe that shit puts you on like a very survival, like basic instinct type of. I don't know. Like maybe I was like, I still don't agree with it. Like I think you should still try. But like I'm not put into a war zone where people are getting killed like right in front of me, left and right. Where I gotta like when Meek Mill said he had to carry a gun because he see people get killed all the time. Like I kind of understand that type of shit, but it's like I always had that like, damn, I kind of wish he didn't have to. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. But
I can understand.
I don't think that's Ja Morant. My point, I don't think that's Ja Morant. But I think that's some people.
Yeah, I can understand that in situations because that's all you know. Like, and if you don't, you could know better, but if you really can't see that happening for you, you're gonna be stuck in them situations because you're not gonna really put in the effort to get out of them. So, yeah, I could easily see that happening. But somebody that's making
just got traded. Where he get traded to?
Wait, how can he get traded? He can't get traded.
They do a sign and trade.
Oh, okay, that's the only way he can get traded.
I'm not seeing that nowhere. I'm not seeing that nowhere. Are you lying? Skip that. Get on Lamar. Skip that. Get off this shit.
You said something else. I did want to speak about Jokic because I felt
no. I was saying they Trail sent me this. Sean Kemp got arrested for a drive-by shooting. That's all I said. I don't really give a fuck about Sean Kemp, but like that's crazy. Former NFL or NBA drive-by
Seattle
shooting.
Sonic superstar.
I'm not seeing nowhere. Nobody's saying that Lamar Jackson got traded. So maybe I don't know. Maybe you're lying to me.
Sean Kemp got CTE. That's crazy.
He got CTE.
That's crazy. How do like only thing I could think of is you spending a block on somebody that pissed you the fuck off. But at what point, like, bro, you're too rich to give a fuck about some shit like that. Like, it got to be some. Only way I can understand Sean Kemp riding out on somebody like that is like they touched on your kids, so they
Yeah,
hit on your
like
wife
on
or
some Cain
something.
Velasquez shit.
Yeah, like other than that, I just can't imagine why somebody in that stature would do that. I can't imagine anybody doing
Damn,
it. Like,
flying low hopping on you too. Pause. He said he's not believing your 50 fights. I just love to fight more like he loved touching other niggas. Damn, why they trying to hit you with that? They both they done teamed up. Maybe these might be the same niggas there. I don't know.
that shit funny.
God damn. But anyways, the joke. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about the Jokic thing. I don't know too much about that. He's white. Is he good? My thing with Jokic is for me, like I said, I don't know really. Like I know, like I said, I don't know shit about the NBA. Like I know what the fuck's going on, but like for him to be like a 3-time like MVP, he's like the least notoriety ties MVP I've ever fucking heard of. I don't see maybe like super NBA people like he's the greatest, he's this, that, but like as far as like other superstars, like he's like the least visual, least talked about that I fucking hear people talk about. I hear about Embiid, I hear about Giannis, I hear about Luka. Like those three people, if we're talking about just young people, fuck LeBron and KD and Steph and all them people. Like if I'm talking about young people, those are three names I hear all the time. But I guess if he's 3-time MVP, he's 3-time MVP. I don't fuck it. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand it. I'm trying to pull up the career number. So he's 24 this year. He's 24, 11, and 10. Last year he was
Oh, that
27,
sounds good to me.
7,
I'm 24,
and
11, and 10.
13, and then 26, 8. I mean 10 and 8. So I mean I'm not mad at that. But to me, I
He
feel
averaged a
like
triple double on the best team in the NBA, right?
yeah, this year they're the best team in the NBA, I think, or right up there. But the previous years, I really don't think he deserved it just off the strength of that's not like it's dominant as far as a good team play, but I really didn't feel the dominance in the league, and you can see it in the regular. I mean, in the postseason, like he's just not that dominant to me. I think Embiid better. I think Davis better when he not hurt. Should I think people like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum? So I think they all better than
I
him
meant number one
personally.
in the West, flying low. I think that's what they said. Like I said, I don't watch fucking basketball. I don't. Let me tell you something. I don't really give a fuck about sports until shit actually like matters. That's why I love the UFC because every time the UFC is like that shit matters every single time. Football, basketball, like basketball, I got to play 82 games. Like, all right, bro, come on, let's get to where shit like matters.
Yeah, I just for it to be a 3-time MVP, bro. I think when you talk about most valuable player, it has to be outstanding numbers, and I think getting just a triple double has been proven that's not good enough. Because let's be real, Russ had more points and more rebounds and assists for 3 straight years, and he only got an MVP one time. And we
But
talk
his
about
team ain't the best team, right?
yeah, but the Nuggets the last 2 years wasn't the best team either, and they don't do
Were they
shit in the
like floating
playoffs.
around the top though?
They're floating in the middle somewhere. Like the Nuggets ain't never been just some dominant team where people are scared of them, where people are like, oh yeah, that's really the team to worry about. Like, let's be real. Like when you speak on Luka name, you fear them because you know Luka could end you just by himself. Nobody fears Jokers like that because he's not that aggressive. Like, yeah, he's a great team player, but one of his knocks is, I mean, he don't be as aggressive trying to score the ball. Like when he do score the ball, he the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you. He damn near unstoppable. But when I see other players and how they control the game and their team, I feel like they're more valuable to their team. And their success of their team be better. Luka went to the conference finals, bro, last year.
So how I'm looking at
Like,
this thing
come
where
on, bro.
I'm looking at ESPN NBA season leaders, and this ain't about points. It's like ESPN has compiled, I guess, some number that they got everything ranked, and it's like these are the highest, right? So number one is Luka at 56.2. I don't know what their little metric is, but like he had 33 points a game, he got 8 rebounds per game, he got 8 assists per game. Then it's Jokic at number 2 at 55.6. Then it's Embiid, then it's Giannis, then it's Damian Lillard, then it's LeBron, Kevin Durant, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis. That's the top 10, right? From there, whatever cumulative method that they got. So I mean, Luka Doncic is there. I don't know what his team's record is. Are the Mavericks in the like top
They
somewhere?
like
Are
top
they
6, I think.
like this is a question? When I think MVP, this question I would ask, right? How much worse would the Nuggets be without Jokic, and how much worse would the Mavericks be without Doncic? If Doncic is there, are they like nothing? If Jokic is there, are the Nuggets nothing? That's the only thing I would ask. That I would
The
want to know.
Nuggets might still be a playoff team. They got Michael Porter. They got obviously Jamal Murray. They got a decent coach, and they still have some other players around them. Like the Nuggets is a good team overall, but even with that, bro, the Nuggets have had good players, good role players, good help around Jokic, and they still don't make a run, bro. So to me, I know MVP to
It's
most
regular
people is
season.
about a regular season, but fuck that. It's about your overall impact throughout the whole season, bro. Like most people that like, because one thing about I feel like if you have a great year and the voters know you're not gonna have a good postseason, bro, you're not getting MVP because you're gonna bring shame to that name in my mind. Like most people that get an MVP, bro, they should at least be a threat to make the conference finals every year. And with few exceptions, bro, with few exceptions, especially if they're on a good team. If they're not on a good team, all right, whatever. Jokic ain't had it. He had a top 5 team, top 6 team the last 3 years, bro, and they ain't even did shit. So
who do you think should win? Or who do you think should be in the league?
I'll probably say
Doncic?
Luka. I'll
Luka?
probably say Luka. And honestly, I'll probably say Donovan Mitchell over that nigga because the Cavaliers
Donovan Mitchell.
The Cavaliers was not talked about as being a playoff contender and somebody that's going to be a threat in the East. And this nigga ain't dropped 71. He ain't had, like 5 or 6 or maybe like 8 games where he ain't dropped 40 points this year. Like, bro, it's niggas that's
Donovan
going
Mitchell's
crazy,
ranked
bro.
at 21, and he's tied with Tyrese Halliburton.
And that's fucking blasphemous if you know what Donovan Mitchell doing
That's
with
just
the
the ESP.
Cavaliers.
I don't know what the ESPN ranking is like totaling up, but that's just what the ESP ranking has him at. So
let me look. Donovan Mitchell. I'm about to look up his season stats.
I don't know. It feel like that because everybody I start roasting you, right? But it feel like year Max Kellerman, like fate of the world on the line. The laser got the death beam. I want Andre Iguodala. That's what that Donovan.
Nah, that's
that
crazy.
Donovan Mitchell
That's
take.
not
Because
even
like
close.
said Luka, I heard people saying Luka. I hear people saying Embiid. I hear people saying Giannis or whatever. But like I ain't heard nobody say. Donovan Mitchell.
I know they haven't, but he dropped 27 and 4, which that's not MVP numbers. I would probably want him at 30. But the Cavs 42 and 26 with him being the primary scorer, bro. And I would put Donovan Mitchell and what he doing on the Cavs over what Jokic is doing. Because no one was speaking about the Cavs. And even with him with the trade.
Because you think their teams, your logic is Donovan Mitchell, if you were able to calculate who's more valuable to their team, you would say that Donovan Mitchell is more valuable to the Cavs winning than Jokic is because you think that the Nuggets could squeak into the playoffs without Jokic, but the Cavs could not make it into the playoffs without Donovan Mitchell. That's your logic, right?
More than likely.
I mean, that would make sense if you're trying to go that like type of if that's what you're trying to argue.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, like I said, I know Jokic has been like a historically great numbers guy, but I'm not impressed because once you get to the playoffs, it's the same with James Harden. Like he was dropping them crazy numbers, but after a while, you like, all right, let's get to these playoffs, and it's just not effective.
Okay. Y'all keep saying they. I already said I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Bro, a 3-time MVP,
my basketball expert.
A 3-time MVP that ain't never even sniffed the Western Conference Finals is crazy. Niggas want to talk about the regular season award and shit like that. This nigga Kobe Bryant got 1 fucking ring. I mean, 1 fucking MVP. Shaq got 2. Like, bro, Jokic ain't dominating the league like none of them niggas was. When I think about MVP, bro, I'm thinking about nigga, you scared to play that nigga every night.
When I'm having my take on this is what I'm just hearing these sports niggas saying. The way that they're saying it like he's like running away with it. Like it's like a unanimous thing. It's like
in the fucking bubble. Shut the fuck up. My bad, bro.
Price
Keep
don't count the
going.
price don't count the bubble.
I don't take that shit serious,
But
bro.
anyways, like they say, like he's running away with it. Is he like just? Is he
Man,
like
fuck.
leaps and bounds better than all these niggas like
No,
Lukas and
bro. No, bro. He's
Giannis? I said Giannis and Joel and like
think about the past MVPs that we ain't seen, bro. Jokic is not on that, bro. LeBron historically, Curry unanimously, Giannis when he won his shit, James Harden his two. Even Russ dropping his triple double. That nigga had 30 plus points a game with 10 and 10. Come on, bro. Like Jokic is cool. Jokic is cool, but honestly, he's an upgraded.
let me ask
He's
this.
an
Let me ask this.
upgraded
This for you. This for
Draymond
you. This for
Green.
you in the chat because we got so many like basketball savant ass niggas in the thing, right? So y'all tell me this. Fuck it. So I just looked at it. The top team in the East and the best record is the Bucks. The top in the West is the Nuggets. So y'all tell me this, right? Now this because when I think MVP, this is what I think, right? If you took Giannis off the Bucks, you took Jokic off the Nuggets. What team is like way worse without these two players? If y'all tell me the Nuggets would still be without Jokic and that the Bucks would be trash without Giannis, then I would say that Giannis, because he got the numbers, right? He got 31 points, 11 rebounds, 5 whatever the fuck y'all looking for, and his team's got the best record. I would say Giannis if those are the criteria that are going on. But y'all tell me, I don't know. Whose team would be worse without them?
The Nuggets have a better overall team, even if Jokic was out. I feel like
so you say Nuggets is worse. So you say the Nuggets would be worse off without Jokic.
I say Nuggets would be better without Jokic than the. It's honestly it's very close though when you bring that comparison because both of them still have good players.
I'm just going off those. I'm just going off those two teams have the best record. Those two teams have the best record. And those teams have like two of the top players. That's what I'm asking. So Nuggets are obviously worse. That's
bro with Michael Porter and Jamal Murray, bro. They are a playoff team just in them two themselves, bro. Y'all crazy. But I would.
Nuggets got
about Drew Holiday.
Nuggets got Jamal, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Christian Braun, Bruce Brown. I don't know who the fuck been talking. DeAndre Jordan, Zeke Nijai, Jeff Green, Colin Giuseppe, Thomas Bryant, Ish Smith, Peyton, whatever the fuck. Let's see the Bucks roster.
I'm taking Jamal Murray and Michael Porter over Drew Holiday.
Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Grayson Allen, Jay Crowder, Marjon Beauchamp, Joe Ingles, Javon Carter, Bobby Portis.
Y'all might be right. Y'all might be right. Y'all might be right.
Cunningham, AJ Green. That's all I'm at. Like I said, when I'm asking the question, I don't know. So y'all, so it do look like the Bucks have a better team.
I want to switch it up though a little bit and say, because I mean, we talking about playoff runs or making it to the playoffs. It's gonna be your top two dudes. Come on, bro. Like you gonna need a good team, bro. But if you ain't got the top two doing it, bro, what are we talking about? That's why the Lakers didn't have so much problems because the top two dudes been hurt.
Shit. Why the hell would I give a fuck about Eric Gordon being on the Clippers?
I want to switch up what you said to a degree and say what makes a most valuable player to me is who is most likely to take their team all the way or the closest.
So hold on, my bad. So Flying Low saying Nuggets would be in the tough Western Conference. They would be fighting for a bubble. So they'd be fighting in the playoffs. But you're saying Bucks would be a lot. So what you're saying is Giannis is more valuable from what I'm reading Flying Low saying.
Yeah, I mean he said one thing, but then switched it up.
But anyways, what were you saying?
So I'm who is most likely to take their team all the way? That's what I consider the most valuable. And
yeah, but then nigga like Ward will hit you with it's a regular season award, so it doesn't matter.
It matters because at the end of the day, the MVP is an integrity. It's about integrity. And when you talk about valuable, what does that mean? What are we doing here? We're here to win. And yeah, you can win in the regular season, but a lot of times we can understand that if that's not going to translate to the playoffs, bro, why should we respect what you did in the regular season? I was just talking about this with back in the day when the Raptors was the number one seed with DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. I might respect that shit because guess what? LeBron in that motherfucking conference, and they got their ass swept. Like it just be like a lot of times when we can look at a lot of number one seeds in the NBA and know that we shouldn't take them serious. I was just talking about this. The Jazz was one of those teams the last 3 years. You know they got Gobert, you know they got Ingles, you know they got Donovan Mitchell, but bro, when it comes to the playoffs, they're not about to do shit, and nobody on that team was getting a threat to being an MVP, and that was a number one seed. Like certain teams you be knowing that's like that be up there. Like I feel like that way about the Kings this year. They're the number 2 seed, but nobody taking them seriously, bro. Because yeah, you can have regular season success because it's a lot of things that go on with the regular season things, but I think the real MVP is the team. Like, oh, it's the 4th seed, but we know, bro, this dude is carrying this team. And yeah, they may have a little struggles here and there, but this person, just because he on that team, may make it to the Western Conference Finals. And that's a Luka. That's a Jason Tatum. That's a maybe a Donovan Mitchell on the Cavs, but that's a Stephen Curry. Like, come on, bro. I just don't see Jokic in that tier with them. I really don't.
Trail, stop whining and bitching. There's other niggas in the chat that are engaging with this conversation. It's not just you. And let's talk about Metro Boomin, because that topic, who gives a fuck? He sold it for 70 million. Salute. We're having a real like fucking debate with the chat. Like, it's multiple niggas commenting. Like, you're not the only nigga in the chat. Calm down. We'll get to the other fucking conversations. But right now, niggas is talking about this. We're talking about this. We'll move on to other shit later. Anyways, Jokic, yeah, that's the fuck we talk about right now. We'll get to the other shit later. Calm the fuck down. You try to throw in Eric Gordon the Clippers, we don't give a fuck about that. Them niggas chat, they all, hey, okay, calm down. Calm down. Like, relax. Relax, Ja Morant. Chill out. Lord have mercy. Anyways, you ain't got to get onto a nigga. Like, you know, like, you got your son, like, running around the house acting bad, and everybody's like, sit the fuck down. Wait the goddamn, sit down. You'll get to all the other shit. Sit your ass down. Anyways.
I can name 5 players better than Jokic.
All right. Anyways, back to what we were. I don't even remember what the fuck. See, that's what I say. Shit just throw you off.
I'm talking about. We were talking about what dudes was talking about, but you take Giannis. I'm taking KD. I'm taking Steph. Shit, I'm taking Embiid. Who am I missing? Tatum. I forgot the boy in the Mavs. Come on, Luka. Stop it, man. LeBron's still better than Jokic. Like, stop it.
Like I said, I'm not an NBA nigga. Like, hit me up when it's like Western Conference Final, like when shit really matters. Oh shit, it's Game 7 in the first round. Like, I care about shit like that. But I look at MVP shit. When I think of MVP, I think about how, like Warder says, the narrative always changes. It's never been who's the replacement or whatever. I just think it's like, if a certain team is at a certain level because of a certain guy and he's actually doing great, then he, like when LeBron was taking like sorry ass Cavs teams or whatever to the finals and he wouldn't win MVP, it's like that should probably be the MVP because that nigga went on the team, niggas be ass. But that's how I look at it. But like everybody has their own
and my thing
criteria.
Is, when you look at the numbers, what LeBron was doing, even though he was carrying that team, it was far out better. He not the top in scoring. Yeah, he the top in rebounding and assists, but it's not that crazy from, let's say, somebody like Luka. I don't know if he might be averaging about 7 assists. Yeah. So it's like what do we like?
He's 33, 8, and 8.
Are we really going? Oh, he got 2 more rebounds and he a center. What are you talking about? Or not rebounds, but assists. Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, I guess if you do the assist part, he good. But I just think the numbers are not that crazy out past other people that's out right now. That's just how I look at it.
All right. So, anyways, what else we got in these fucking notes? Oh, let's talk about this music shit. So, what do you think about this? And I have a thought process about this situation, right? So, what do you think about this rumored Drake and Lil Baby collab album that was being worked on, possibility coming out? What do you? Would you like to hear that? I got to think about it. That I think it'd be detrimental for Lil Baby. But let me know what you think about it.
First off, fuck yes, because this is the first time I'm hearing it. I ain't hear nothing that
was sprouted around.
I wasn't hearing nothing about it till I seen it in the chat right before we went on. But yeah, that'll be live, and honestly, like Lil Baby need that because he needs some revitalization, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I like this last album, but like I said, for the everybody else who ain't fucking with him, maybe that's what he needs. Like, he needs to go with Drake and go crazy. But what I was saying about it being detrimental is if it's not as good as Her Loss, I feel like that would like further push people
Don't worry
down to what
about
they
that.
already think about
Don't
him.
worry about that. It's Drizzy Jake Rogers taking over. It's gonna be
No,
just as good or better.
no. He might be Drake. It's gonna be Drake. But I'm saying Lil Baby has to perform because he's gonna be compared to 21 Savage. He's not gonna be compared to Drake. Like if Lil Baby ain't doing the same shit 21 Savage doing her laws, it's gonna be bad for that nigga.
Drake and 40 gonna throw that boy up softball throws where it's Lil Baby insert, dominate, exert, Drake insert. Look, they gonna have, bro, that camp over there know what type of artist they working with, and they gonna be able to adapt and put on the type of sounds that is conducive to Lil Baby. Just like if you hear a lot of the 21 shit, it's some shit that you maybe thought wouldn't fit him, but it's a lot of stuff that fit 21 Savage vibe. Same with Future. A lot of that shit fit Future vibe. And I feel like it'll be similar to Lil Baby. It'll fit him to his degree. And honestly, I may take a leap. I know you're a 21 Savage fan. I think it may be better just because I won't say better, but I think it'll be more rap. So I like that. And I think it won't be so many slow songs with Lil Baby.
I like Lil Baby too. It could be better, but I'm just saying like I feel like it's kind of like it's a good. It could be a great as like a positive upside, but also as like a downside if it isn't as as good.
I think this might be Drake's response to troll either Kodak or Future because apparently he was supposed to do a collab project with both of them for his new deal. I wouldn't want to see a Kodak and Drake one. Like
I saw somebody say that. I do not want to see a Kodak and Drake. I do not want to see that.
Yeah, I
do not want to see that.
Yeah. Future, bring that.
I do not care for a 12, 13 Future in Kodak. I don't really care for that. Just being honest, I don't really care for that.
Lil Baby may have run his course. It's possible. It's possible. I seen someone talking about it and saying like, this is a conversation I think we talked about. It might have been Rory. Yeah, Rory and Maul brought it up, and we was like, bro, these niggas watch us. But now we were basically talking about who's the next up and coming superstars, who's gonna take their throne, like J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick did. And bro, I think it's not just us feeling that way now, which makes it even more interesting.
Well, I tried to say, I said one too many, like like Kodaks and them, like they're there, like they're big stars, but they're not. They don't give you that like. But I always try to take myself out of it. Like to the kids, though, these are their stars. Like to us, they might not be, but to kids, like these are their stars. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids, these are their people.
It's possible, but the problem with it is, well, I guess it's not a problem because I'm a Wayne and Drake fan, and they was kind of in two different eras. But I was like, I know a lot of these young kids still Drake fans. I know a lot of these little kids are still Kanye and other rappers fans. So it's like I feel like when Drake came in, he overshadowed the people that came before him. Lil Baby's here, but he's not overshadowing the people that came before them. Kendrick still,
Cole.
Like when they drop, if they was to drop on the same day, come on. Like let's say if Drake and Jay-Z right now drop on the same day, or say 5 years ago, Drake and Jay-Z dropped on the same day, Drake probably gonna watch them.
No, Drake's gonna outsell them for sure.
And I'm not saying that as indicative of who was better or whatever, who made better music, but just talking about the times we in and saying what Drake was doing as far as overshadowing the people that came before him. If that happens right now with Drake or Lil Baby or Drake and Kodak or Kendrick and Kodak, like it's not going to like they might can't even be Kanye right now.
The only rapper, and he's not even young, but the only rapper right now that could compete numbers wise with Drake's, Kendrick's, Cole's, to be honest, if I'm just thinking off the top of my head, is Travis Scott. That's it.
Like, and he's really not young. In that era.
He's not even like young. He might even be kind of in a. I give him like a. When did Travis blow up? I don't know. I throw him like the Young Thug, like them 2014s, whatever the fuck. That's when I really got on to the type of niggas like that. So like I say, he's not even young. So it's like that's the only guy that could be in that realm of album sales is Travis Scott. That's it.
Yeah, and the thing about Travis is he don't even try to market himself to be that superstar or that face of hip hop. He don't he not too. You can see he not worried about being a number one best rapper alive. He is great. So I feel like that's the thing. Like before, when you talk about somebody trying to take over the next generation and overshadow a group, it's like they was trying to be the best out. They was trying to be number one. I don't feel like Travis is in that lane. I feel like he's one of those superstars that's just like an antisocial superstar and shit like that. It's like I love my fame, but like I'm not gonna be like up in the fucking public all the time. So like I just think he's a little different.
I would not want to hear that Drake project.
Drake and Lil Wayne? I know you're not talking about Drake and Lil Wayne.
He said at this point, like you said, Drake a dick rider. I could see him doing a project called For the Youth and have nothing but younger artists on it, like Jack Harlow, Baby Keem, Yeet, Sofago, Corday, NLE Chop. I'd be like, please, God, don't do that. You don't need to do that.
I would fucking throw up.
He don't need to be do that.
He don't need that.
Please don't do that. Don't even think about doing that. God, that would be horrible. Just that collection you threw out there, like Corday, Sofago, like Lord have mercy. Yeet. Ugh. Fuck. That made me throw the fuck up.
It made me sick just thinking about knowing a Drake album or project's coming out and I don't want to listen to it. It's just like, what world are we in? Like I've been through 15 years of my life and this has never been a thing. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And then Trill, that's a dumb. Wayne is washed. I don't know why people say Wayne is washed. I don't get that take. Like I'm not the biggest Wayne fan, but a Wayne, like not the biggest, like I'm not listening to like crazy Wayne project, but if Wayne and Drake were to be like, we're dropping a full-length album, I would definitely listen to that album. Thanks. Like maybe Wayne by himself, not like running to listen to Wayne by himself. Certain little songs, like I think he had a great verse on Seeing Green. It was him, Nicki, Drake. Obviously God did. I think he had a great verse, but I'm not running to listen to full-length project. But if him and Drake were dropping a project, you're fucking crazy.
I'm about to run to College Grove too.
I'm not running to 2 Chainz. I ain't gonna. I'm not running to Wayne and 2 Chainz.
I am. If you heard College Grove 1,
I might like stroll over just to see what's going on over there, but I ain't running to that one. I'm not running over there.
I'm running to any Wayne project, and I feel that if it's anything like College Grove 1,
what do you see? You're just saying shit. Wayne wouldn't be able to keep up with Drake. He would get washed. They were literally on Seeing Green. He went fucking crazy on Seeing Green. Even they had another record that they had together. I forgot what that song was called. They did that. He went crazy. I don't know why you're saying these things you say. They just don't make any sense. They just don't make sense. They're not like based in reality.
Oh yeah, I realized that with Trill.
They're just not based in reality. They're just based in some like fucking North Carolina bullshit.
Trill does not exist in this reality. That's all I can tell you.
It's some North Carolina bullshit, cow shit, turds, char, whatever the fuck they chew on with a chud. Like it's some bullshit. It's a North Carolina A&T drumline bullshit coming out of his fucking mouth. Anyways, there's that. Lil Baby, that'll be interesting. We'll see what happens with that. Speaking of young artists, what do you think about Lil Uzi Vert's latest satanic Rolling Loud performance?
Get these
it's
niggas
the hot topic. It's the talk of the town.
Get these niggas the fuck up out of here. I never was a fan of Uzi from that aspect of his like visual branding and how he carried himself, even from like how he was at the Nickelodeon Awards. Like when somebody said he was 30, it just dawned on me like this nigga's
30.
We can look it up, but he's like
Uzi's like 26, 20, you know, like Warder's age.
Lil Uzi was around for a minute before he popped off. Like he was one of those. Let me see.
He's 27.
So 27. I mean, yeah, even with that nigga, he damn near 30. You couldn't imagine yourself with that hairstyle.
He turns 28 in July. He's born in 1995. Oh no, he beat 1995. He beat.
I call myself.
I just turned
30,
29. He'll be he was 27, turned 28. Yeah.
Yeah, nigga. I call myself 30 at this point, nigga. Like,
Warder, he's your age. See, he act like how you like to act, like a kid.
Well, with how he carry himself, I don't respect it, and it's always been weird, bro. It's always been weird, and it's that new age, quirky, kind of gay, satanic shit that they like to do. That's what Lil Uzi is. He's like a evolution of Tyler Creator. A little gay, a little quirky, but I act aggressive when I need to. But I'm definitely weird. Yeah, a little satanic. Yeah.
And it's weird. Like I feel like it's an act because, like I said, I'm not like, you know, I don't know these people's relationship. I don't know these people day to day. But I feel like and money plays a role in what I'm about to say. But like it feel like a girl, like a city girl type of girl, wouldn't even be attracted to that type of shit because she can get any like rich nigga in the industry if she wanted to. But like that type of aesthetic doesn't seem like it was something that would pique her interest. So like it makes me think, does he act like he must not act like that at home?
Nah,
That
they
must
be
be like
fucking
a
other niggas.
that must be a performance type thing, right? Like it might be like a like it's for the show.
The race car bed is crazy.
That's what I'm
Stop cutting.
saying. He got thank you. I wish I had applause. Thank you. Yes, he does. He needs to get rid of all that shit. That was loud. But anyways, yeah, with the Uzi shit, with the Satan shit, it was like him and it was like Playboy Cardi. There was a girl who was leaving. It kind of went viral. She's like, I'm leaving this concert. This shit's too satanic for me. He was like just screaming, like, it's bullshit. I keep telling you, the labels and the internet has been able to trick y'all. And like I said, I like Uzi. Like Uzi don't make bad music to me. So I'm not even really putting Uzi in this. Maybe you don't like the visuals and the Satan. I don't really like shit like that. I'm not even super religious. I just like think that's weird, but whatever. Playboy Cardi, I get why he does what he does and he sounds how he sounds. It's because of festivals, right? That type of environment kind of breeds that type of music. Like he makes these albums, like that's what that shit's for. It's for shit like that. But like it's still like ass. Like it's like this what y'all came to watch. Like a nigga going crazy, screaming. Like I guess y'all like rock and roll shit. Y'all are like raging, y'all popping perks or whatever y'all doing. Y'all passing out, fucking drunk, whatever. Like I guess if that's what it is, if that's why he's doing it, I understand why he makes the music he makes.
I never cared for Uzi a weirdo. Yeah, I agree. I think Meg is Stallion a weirdo. I think what's the gay dude? What's the recently he did the satanic shit with Meg Thee Stallion around the same time?
You mean Sam Smith?
Nah, not him. The country Old Town Road dude.
Oh, Lil Nas X.
Yeah, him. They all been in a little satanic Doja Cat. She ain't done some shit before. She was at a red carpet event, had that all red like jumpsuit on, couldn't even see her face and shit. Like they all be playing with that shit. Yeah, Travis Scott play with that shit. Like a lot of them niggas playing that lane, and I don't fuck with it, bro, because I understand.
But then they win the
the
award and they said
negativity and shit.
they win the award and they say I want to thank God for all he's
You gotta
done.
understand. Hey, everybody ain't monolithic. A lot of people believe in different type of gods, and everybody don't believe in the same God. So,
so you saying that God might be the devil?
Yeah, that God ain't same. When they say thank you, God, or in God we trust, it might not be the same God you trust in. That's the tricky shit about that. Because they ain't saying no name. They ain't say Jesus Christ. They ain't saying Yahweh, or they ain't saying like any other. Yeah, like they saying just God. Like, and it's for a reason.
Okay. Tell me something.
Yeah, they be playing games like that, bro.
It's just weird. Mega's quiet still because Tory most likely would be granted a retrial. Hey, I saw that. Bryce put that as a topic.
I just
want to say, do you
really
think he gonna get a retrial? I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I wonder if that really gonna happen.
Well, let's answer your question before I get back into my whole rants that I used to get into. If he gets, I think he deserves a retrial, and I think it's possible to get a retrial just off of the fact that it was some things that was done wrong. And I mean, unless I'm just incorrect about that, at some point, if you got good judges, good lawyers, you're gonna have a chance, bro. You're gonna have a chance. You're willing to pay the money, you're gonna have a chance in that. But I also feel like if he does get a retrial, that just speaks to the possibility that it should have been probably a mistrial. But that also speaks to you gotta let that thing play out, because if he get convicted twice in a row, it'd be like, well, fuck.
I think if he run it back and get convicted again, like I feel like this time if he just like let it ride, they make him like a little, I'll give you 5 years, yada yada yada. Oh, you want to make us go through all this again? All right, then we give you 27 years. We throwing the book at your ass.
I mean that's not fair, but because everybody,
hey, that's how they do. That's how you want to play? All right, throw the book at his ass.
I mean, if you have an appeal, I think everybody you get a right to an appeal. That's what I feel. Now, if you really bullshitting, I guess, but I wonder what goes into a retrial. Can you even like attempt to go at the charges, and how those charges are kind of just bullshit? Like,
yeah, you got the wrong lawyer on here tonight, buddy. I don't know what the fuck they do. I feel like they just talk about, everything they brought up. They got to bring out the same witnesses. They bring the same shit. Maybe this new lawyer is able to, convince the jury. Oh, well, she did this. This bitch just said this and she lied. Now I got her on the stand saying she lied about everything. Why would we look at this lady as credible? Like, I don't know how they would, re
Yeah,
redo it.
like I said, it's a lot of things that could be reason for mistrial, and I also think Tory speaking, even though he say he don't remember much, it should at least kind of help to somewhat. But Simply Gray say I kind of believe he probably did it, but I didn't think the court had enough to evidence to prove him guilty. I mean, yeah, I think that's how everybody felt. That's what I feel like is like the rules for mistrial and the rules for a retrial at this point.
There's a lot of hip hop figures that was like, man, when I heard that phone call, I had to apologize to Meg the Stallion. I knew he did it then. That was everybody's nail in the coffin was that phone call.
I guess,
Like I
man.
said, like, but it's not your job to infer what I'm talking about. That's the only reason how I feel about it. Like it sounds bad, but it's like it's not your job to infer what that means because that could mean anything. Like that shouldn't be a nail in the coffin, in my opinion.
Mm.
That should be like, you might look like, okay, what is he apologizing for? But y'all gonna have to really give me the answer of what he's apologizing for. But people are like, fuck it, that's it, that's what it is, and lock his ass up.
If he say he don't remember much, then how can we defend his actions when he don't even know his actions that night? I don't think he said he don't know his actions that night. I just think the whole night was kind of foggy. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know. If he that blacked out, I don't think he pulling a gun on somebody. But I don't know. I ain't never really seen a blackout. When I interact with blackout people, they be laying the fuck down. When I see people blacked out, they don't be interacting. They don't. They don't be. They don't have good motor skills. So I think it might be foggy. I don't think he don't have no recollections. But I don't. Regardless, I don't think what he says is going to be the nail in the coffin. I just think it may add to the atmosphere of the night, like I always spoke on before. Like it may help clear up even more things that kind of was in question. You gotta think EJ said some stuff that brought things into question. EJ ain't fucked with Meg the Stallion since, so you never know what Tory could say that could even add to it. Like, let's talk about the bags being moved from the trunk to the front. Do he remember anything about that? Why was the bags moved to the trunk to the front? Everybody still pretty much ain't had no clothes on. So if you move a luggage, you assume people putting on clothes or something. But I'm just saying, you never know what Tory may say. It may not be the exact like Kelsey shot her or whatever. Like, which I mean, that's the only thing I think he could say. But I don't think that'll be the nail in the coffin. But maybe a few things possibly. But who knows, bro?
Who knows,
Who
man?
knows?
We'll see if it actually fucking happens. Like, if it actually happens, then we'll be able to recap. I think if it happens again, people won't really care as much about it. Like, it'll just be like, okay, let's see what happens.
Only
But
reason I feel like they'll care is because Tory didn't give his side of the story, and the bodyguard. We gotta talk about the bodyguard not being there and him coming up on the last day. He probably can't do that again.
yeah,
We shouldn't be able to do that again. Like that's fucking crazy. So that's another thing that could be added to it. And honestly, that just like let's be real, bro. That was the biggest cliffhanger fucking TV show script ever, bro. We talk about Madden. I mean, we talk about football scripts. We talk about other scripts being played. Oh, we gotta talk about the fucking January 6th script, apparently. But we talk about all these fucking scripts in society. That shit may be in a script, bro. Because when you talk about a cliffhanger, the bodyguard that's been missing shows up the last day. What a fucking surprise. The guy that everybody's been just really trying to figure out his side of the story. Don't got no statements. He showed up the
but
last day of court.
wouldn't that be Tory's fault because he came with Tory's team?
Hey man, all these niggas are actors to that type of shit. That's one thing I will say. I feel like all of them are actors to a degree. Maybe they signed some type of contract to get that famous or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't know if only way you can get famous is by. I don't know all that, but I know a lot of
I'm
times
still
these
here.
niggas are willing participants in that shit. So yeah,
Let me go
yeah,
get these
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
headphones. I'll be right back. Keep talking about
If
Tory.
y'all seen my video recently when I made about do artists know they gonna die. I did that when Takeoff died and stuff like that because they had the video that was so close. And then I found the same thing in Mac Miller video. You found the same thing in XX video. I feel like these people are willing participants to a degree. I don't know how much do they know. I don't know if it's just some producer making a video and they just playing along, but to some degree, these niggas be actors in this game. And I feel like Tory and all that shit is a part of that shit as well because I was recently watching Chronicles of Judah. Shout out to him. I've been watching him for the longest. He been giving me a game and putting me on. Y'all can go to his Patreon. Y'all
Shout
can
out
go watch
Chronicles
him
of
on
Judah. Shout
YouTube.
out Brother Polite.
But
Shout out Brother
do
Panic.
not shout out Brother Polite.
Oh. Shout out all the
You can shout out
brothers.
Brother Panic though. You can shout out Brother Panic. But
Okay,
what he
my
said
bad.
is
Not
a lot of
not
times,
Brother Polite, just Brother Panic. My bad.
I just don't endorse him because I never fucked with him. So maybe he a
Okay.
cool guy. I just not about to endorse somebody I ain't never put my energy
My
into.
bad. My bad. All right,
But
I take it
I
back.
take my endorsement seriously.
All right, my bad. My bad.
What I was just saying is he bring up the situation where like a lot of time it's a Heru story where it's a you go down and you go through shit and then you come out to be even greater than you were before, and that could be a reason he's a willing participant in that game. So it ain't always that he's just taking the like right now it seems ugly, but let's say Tory gets out of this, he comes out and he end up being maybe the top 5 in this generation right now. I mean, maybe it was worth it. And maybe it was a part of the game that he would have been willing to sign up for. And the same with maybe Meg Thee Stallion. She maybe take a little L, but nobody really gonna give a fuck at the end of the day. She's a woman. They do this all the fucking time. Women still gonna believe the shit. Tory still gonna like they still gonna whatever. You know how that shit goes. So maybe that's the angle. Because they say that, like, say with Michael Vick. Michael Vick was a great fucking example of this. This nigga went, like, what made no sense to me with the Michael Vick shit is, of course, he went to jail for the dog shit and his friends being a part of that. Is why did Donovan McNabb co-sign him to come on to the Philadelphia Eagles when Donovan McNabb was still on the team? And then he basically take his spot and become the star of the Philadelphia Eagles for the next 2 or 3 years. It was a hell of a comeback story. And a lot of times, like Muhammad Ali going to jail, you could say is one of those comeback stories of as well when he got locked up because of not wanting to go over. That could have been part of it, maybe a script, that could just be whatever. But you could see that comeback story when he came back. He was even more endeared, more greater. So it's a possibility, bro. And I think that's a part of, like we say, embarrassment rituals. I think maybe before Kobe got his other rings, that shit happened with him and that girl, where she had all that semen in her, but they say she raped her. Like, I think after that he won his 2 rings. So I can't think of all the fucking scenarios, but it's a few celebrities that go through the shit that you will see in a movie. And it be crazy when you start to peek behind the veil in my eyes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I got only reason I say that is because it's just Tory didn't give his side of the story, which, I mean, some people brought up reasons why he shouldn't, but now, as soon as it's after he decided to change it up, he decided to get a new lawyer. The dude show up on the last day. It's just so fucking convenient, and it's just so, it seems like a cliffhanger. And the reason I said it is because he was like, I don't think people are being invested, but I feel like only reason people were being invested is because of the bodyguard and because Tory never gave his case. And it's like, I feel like some niggas knew that somewhere, bro.
Oh, you think like they did that just for to pull you back in later. Like, oh shit, Tory's actually testifying this time. Oh shit, the bodyguard's testifying.
If he testified this time and the bodyguard testified this time, nobody would give a fuck. Nobody would give a fuck.
Yeah, so, for sure.
I don't know, bro. It seems crazy, bro. Hey man, they say the truth put niggas to sleep.
They say Chris Rock said niggas don't like knowledge. That's what Chris Rock said, not me. He said niggas don't like knowledge. They like bullshit. Trail want to talk about Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp in a drive-by shooting. What did he do? Why did he do that? I don't give a fuck about Sean Kemp no goddamn drive-by shooting. I care about these niggas lying about the virus. I care about January 6th. I care about what else I care about?
Kanye West and Ice Spice daughter.
Shit. Kanye West and father's rights. I care about shit like that. I care about black fathers being a joke. They laughing at Tyrese. They laughing at Kanye. And look what happens. Look what happens when black men try to be daddies. They get laughed at. Look what happens. Kanye told y'all, I don't want my kids to be taken over by TikTok. I told y'all that. It was the emo shit first. And now my daughter dressing up like Ice Spice, the song saying, big butt and the boobs stay plump. She's turning around dancing, whatever the fuck she's doing. Then the other one, she in the mood.
I got a question
from the back because it's fat. Like, what the fuck is my 8-year-old, 9-year-old? What are they doing?
So do you
What
feel
you
that
doing?
that's I know you feel like that's nasty in general and maybe young kids listen to it, but do you feel like it's bad that she's just interacting with Ice Spice along with the music? Because people main comeback was we was listening to Bob Bob Chicken Chicken, uh
But that's my argument to that.
so many other different songs.
Because we were doing it, that don't mean it was okay. Like I was watching this the No Jumper niggas was talking about it. Adam 22 was like, don't act like when we were 10 years old we weren't listening to Freak League. That don't mean it was okay. We should have been.
Yeah, because I mean I BT After Dark. Like
Like I said,
probably shouldn't have been.
I'm not saying that this is gonna turn Northwest into some fucking industry hoe when she turns 18.
Yeah,
She's gonna be
probably so.
lost. And
Probably so.
I'm not saying I'm saying my
She's a
main thing is that
Kardashian.
like the daddy is already saying he don't like this, and obviously the daddy's what he want ain't, it obviously doesn't matter to this family. Because the emo shit's one thing, but then my daughter doing multiple TikToks where the song say my big boobs and my butt stay plump. He hitting it from the back because it's fat. Like she's 8 years old. I'm not saying, what I'm saying? It's like, what we doing? What we doing?
Yeah. We probably definitely shouldn't have been listening to that back in the day.
I was
So
like, yeah,
I
we
can
did, but that don't mean it was like we should have been. We probably shouldn't have been listening to it. I probably should never watched American Pie. Like I should have probably never did that shit.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. When I was 9, that could have been speaking on some certain topics I really wouldn't even have realized. Let's be real. It was a lot of
No,
songs
that's true. When I used to watch American Pie, the niggas talking about motorboat, I didn't know what they was really talking about until I got older.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of other shit. American Pie.
I specifically remember the time whenever I heard motorboat as I got older. And that's what a motorboat is. And I remembered American Pie. I didn't know what the fuck they was talking about back then. But it's kind of hard not to know what big boobs in my butt stay plump. He hitting it from the back because he know it's fat. Like, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, only thing I can say about Kanye is you asked for it, bro. Yo, most men don't have too much power, and even the richest men obviously don't have power when it comes to the kids and shit. Well, not all the time, but with this. But bro, you chose to sleep with Kim Kardashian, bro, and you know that family literally. If you really know that family, bro, you know that her mama literally signed her up for a sex tape and was like basically directing what they should do and how they should do it to get the best views.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of mother they got. And the apple don't fall far from the tree. So, and you see it with the other ones. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
I never watched American Pie. I mean, hey, I'm not shying away from my white side.
American Pie. This man been embraced his white side, bro. What's wrong with it? I mean, I watched American Pie.
I don't know. American Pie was lit. Like, I don't know what you talking about. Like, it's kind of like Blue Mountain State. It's like that's the type of vibe it is. It's a good show. But regardless, it just I said that maybe this is like the Kardashians ain't really been talked about a lot lately, right? Maybe this is like they were trying to. I feel like maybe this is a ploy. Like, let's try to draw Kanye out so he can give us some drama and give us some, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we feel bad for Kim. Kanye's attacking, but at that point, like, nah, bitch, I'm not. I don't give a fuck what that nigga said about the Jews a couple months ago. When it comes to this situation right here, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I agree with what he's saying. That shouldn't be happening. Because like if I have a kid, I have a daughter, and I see my daughter's 9 years old doing that, and I was verbally saying, hey, and I'm divorced or whatever. I'm like, hey, I don't want my daughter doing that, and y'all continue to do it. It's like, okay, now y'all playing with me. Like, something's going on here. So like, I would be on Kanye's side like automatically.
Oh, for sure. He said, why Kanye dating white and mixed people? You think he ever dated a black chick? I honestly think Kanye got a lot of different mentalities going on in his mind. I think one of the mentalities is shaped around acceptance of like white people and fitting in with them, bro. I think that's why he be doing shit like that. Because you got to think who you married to is a big, or who you involved with is a big like society thing, and how at least how people view themselves. So if a dude marry a white girl, especially at that level, if he not quirky like a Childish Gambino, I feel like for a reason, for a person like Kanye, he doing that straight for like society reasons.
He probably married Kim, but I don't know. Kim wasn't really accepted by all them people yet, all the Vogue and all that shit before he married her. But he probably married her because when he was trying to get on that fashion, he thought, if I marry this white woman right here, she's an icon, sex symbol, like as far as over here, but not in high fashion. But maybe he saw like a couple years from now with me on her side, they'll accept her, then I could be move around these rooms a little easier. They all want to work with her, so it gets me here, even though he's Kanye West. But maybe that's how he was thinking uh, as far as the fashion type shit goes. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why he, locked in
Yeah, I
that
mean,
contract with
for
Kim Kardashian.
whatever for whatever reasons he did it, it definitely had to do with the commingling of the brands for sure. It might have been multiple reasons. She even basically got him out of bankruptcy, so it could even have been just from financial reasons. If we're being honest, like we know he did that for many reasons, and we know the Kardashians don't move without the brand. If they ain't making a move unless it makes sense with the brand.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They used Kanye for what they could get, and it made their star rise. And then hey, now you gave me some
On to the
babies, and get the
next.
fuck out of my face.
On to the
And this the
next.
man that could beat Michael. We ain't going back in there. But like I said, 11-9. But I digress.
Michael had his problems too, supposedly. So
Yep. From what we see, kids across the bed. We heard what them boys said in our documentary.
no,
But regardless,
I wasn't
oh,
even speaking on
I talking
that.
about the kids across the bed. My bad, guy. I had
Nah,
to
I
say
was
it. I talking about the kids across
nah,
the bed.
he supposedly had a disease, but for the longest I thought he bleached his skin. And then
Oh, I
eh,
see you talking about
nah,
that. I
nah,
thought you
I'm
talking about
talking
like
about
his.
like mental problems and shit like that.
Oh, I'm talking
Cause
about his
and then
personal
he
life.
died of well, you could say he was killed or murdered, like Prince was allegedly, but maybe he was on drugs too, and that he supposedly overdosed. But you never know. You never
Well,
know.
the doctor did get locked up, so I mean, something happened there.
Yeah, the doctor was definitely giving him drugs, but I don't know if it was an assassination attempt. I don't know, or if that was just like a thing that Michael Jackson do all the time, and one time it went wrong.
Yeah.
Like, but if it was the latter and it went wrong, I feel like that's vindicative. Artists they mega famous, they gonna have problems, bro. So the fact that Kanye got problems and shit, I'm not about to judge that as far as his music, bro. Come on,
I'm
come
not
on.
killing this character. That's what the kid said. The kid said he was across the bed. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's what the guy said. Got to kill his character because you can't compete. I think he can still win, but I'm not getting back into that shit. Let's talk about not code. Let's talk about the vid. Let's talk about January 6th. Talk about real world implications, real world fucking news. So what do you think about this? Let me ask you what you think about this. Because I got thoughts about it. So what do you think about this is a headline from the New York Post. So CNN ex-boss Jeff Zucker. So he was the boss during the vid, during the lead up to the vid, while the vid was going on and all that. It says Jeff Zucker told staff to not probe the lab leak theory because it was a Trump talking point. CNN's then president Jeff Zucker told staff not to investigate the lab leak theory behind the origins of COVID because he thought it was a Trump talking point, according to a report. A well-placed CNN insider told Fox News Digital on Monday that Zucker gave the order in the early months of the virus pandemic. People are slowly waking up from the fog. It is kind of crazy that we did not chase that lead harder. Mainstream news organizations, including CNN, the New York Times, MSNBC, and others, have been pillared in recent days following a recent government report that concluded that an accidental leak from a Chinese lab is the most likely explanation for the vid outbreak.
So I got two things. I find it convenient that they use the Trump as an out, which it does make sense because you could clearly see that they did that with a lot of his points. With the first, they weren't talking about getting vaccines when he was talking about it was like, no, don't approve Trump vaccines, then Biden
Yeah,
get in, whatever. That makes sense. But also, I find it convenient that they didn't want to do it just because of Trump, because I feel like that's just another way to kind of make him the problem. I really feel like these
yeah,
niggas was a part of a sinister plan and they knew they was covering up shit long before it. And now it's just like, hey, we need an out. Like I really just don't buy it was just because of Trump. I feel like they were paid by Pfizer. I feel like they were paid by these corporations and other pharmaceutical people. I also feel like they might have been paid by the government. So, or at least swayed by the government, if anything. So in my mind, I think they could use Trump as a thing, but I just feel like it's just so fucking convenient. I'll let you go off there, but it's just so fucking convenient,
I
bro.
think what's his name did a great video on it. I think y'all should go watch it. What's his name? Russell Brand. He was the video title something like I was on Bill Maher and did something like that. And he was just breaking down like the economics behind it. Like Pfizer made $100 billion like the year that the vaccines were made out. They wasn't making nothing near that before. They was making like 30 or 25 billion and then make 100 billion. And then they're sponsoring every single newscast brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you by Pfizer. How do you have a sponsor and you think that they're gonna be, what's the word I'm looking for? They're gonna be impartial to anything around that. Of course, they're gonna fucking promote the shit out of it. Of course, they're gonna tell you if you're against it, you're a Joe Rogan, you take horse space, you're conspiracy theorists. Like that all seems like
Yeah.
unethical. It all seems like crazy. Like, why would you allow that to happen?
Cause what's the excuse for the Joe Rogan shit? When I found out about the Joe Rogan horse bullshit, bro, that was something that was known to be like something better than Advil, where everybody is like something that's prescribed to everybody because it's so good at healing people.
Like
As far as
antiviral type,
yeah,
antiviral type
and
drug.
it had been used for many things, even similar to the vid. So when they even talked about that, it was like, bro, what, you using Trump? Was that a Trump talking point? So why did y'all cover that shit up? It's just who told them not to say that, not to talk about it because it's a CNN? I mean, it's a Trump talking point.
The boss of the CNN.
That's who told. So what about all the other media that did the same shit?
Oh, they said about that. They just brought up
Exactly. CNN. So it's like what, it was just one passed around message that, hey, let's not talk about it because it was Trump. Even though we know they got journalists on the ground.
Social media companies were banning people from saying that. For saying that it was a lab leak. Right? So that's why with the whole vid shit, Big Pharma been running things. I'm not saying they're not, but I'm just saying like it's just crazy to think like y'all are doing a vaccine and y'all are paying. Like you can't, it just looks like paid. Like why is it brought to you by this? Why is it brought to you by this? Like it looks crazy. Especially when we start seeing all these things like, oh, now it may be a lab leak. Now it may be this. And who knows, like 5 years from now, with the whole DeMar Hamlin, like if that becomes I don't know. I'm not getting into it, but 5 years from now, if that does become a thing, it's gonna look even worse than it already looks. I kind of started flipping on shit when I was looking at the Joe Rogan shit. I was like, what are we? Like y'all are just openly lying. Like, okay, why? Like at that point, I was looking at like, oh, y'all are trying too hard. So it feels like there's something y'all are trying to do with this. Like at first, maybe everybody's scared, nobody knows what the fuck's going on. This is unprecedented. Like we're just trying to whatever. But when like it was kind of like slowing, not necessarily slowing down, but people were finding treatments, they were finding this, and y'all were just going out of y'all's way to make up shit. That's when I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. I don't buy that. Oh, let's cover it up because it's a Trump talking point shit. I think it's let's cover it up because they know the truth, bro. They have too much. You gotta think when we see shit trending, they have the algorithms to see the shit that's trending. They have the algorithms to see what the fuck going on. They have journalists that's on the ground doing on the ground journalism, finding information by the day. These niggas be knowing shit way more thorough than the average citizen in the public, bro. So when they talk about, oh, let's just not talk about it because it's a Trump talking point, like I said, I just feel like that's a convenient cover up and another way to just kind of throw some more shade at the Trump dysfunction.
I think it's dumb because it's like, one, he's the president. If Biden says anything, y'all are gonna look into that regardless. If the president says something, CNN's gonna look into it, right? They're all gonna look into it. So it's like, even if you didn't want to promote it on your show, you should at least send somebody like, okay, I don't want to go too crazy on this, but like if I'm a legitimate news organization, I'm trying to actually inform people, I should send somebody to at least go look into it. Not just completely write off because we don't fuck with Trump, whatever, he's a piece of shit. Like that ain't how the shit should work.
And let's be realistic when we talk about them having the research. The shit was when you talk about being able to find an outbreak, usually you can find the source of things. So they knew it came from Wuhan. They knew it came from a certain place in China and outbroke towards the rest of China. Like you could literally see how it trickled out of China, right? Then they could literally see that there's a
lab named after like.
And bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. With all the shit being movies, they literally it's been like vid in movies talking about, oh, it's gonna be the thing that wipe us out. Like that literally was the name of certain shit, or they'll use other shit like that, bro. They be knowing this shit, bro. I'm over their games, bro. I'm over it, bro. I'm over it.
All this conservative talk is probably what scared Cheese away. Cheese should want to know the truth.
What pisses me off the most is because it's no different than the January 6th shit. This shit is a fucking stage, bro. It's a fucking stage for their stories and they the shit that they want to play out on this, bro. And I'm over it, bro. The truth is coming out. I, we see it January 6th. Like we see niggas being escorted. We seeing that basically being a planned event when it's supposed to be a raid of mad people. Then you got photographers lined them up like it's a photo op in the fucking whatever the Capitol building. Like I feel like it's no different with these media people. They be knowing the shit behind the veil. They let things go on. They let things be played out, and people eat. People capitalize. People made billions off of that shit because they knew how shit was gonna go, bro. Bro, let me slow down. Like from the not following science, like why is Walmart open but mom and pop shit's closed? And then we magically see these fucking companies making billions of dollars more than they normally would have made because of COVID. Like it's just many different things that went on. That same thing with the former shit. It's like,
I mean,
when did they
said,
start?
like
When did they
Russell
start
Brand
paying
shit.
y'all?
He said it on the Joe Rogan. She was like, these people should be profiting so crazy off of crisis. Like, pharmaceutical companies profit off of pandemics. It only kind of inspires you to create more pandemics. Military industrial, what do you say? Military industrial complex off war. So it kind of promotes you to go to war. You make money off this. You make money off of. He's pretty much like, if the higher up people making money off all these people's tragedy, it should be looked at as like, very unethical. Maybe it shouldn't happen. Yada yada
Conflict
yada.
of
Whatever,
interest.
whatever. But that's what it is with the January 6th thing. Like, I see they show the crazy fucking guy with the horns. Like, he was getting walked around by the police. He got 4 years in prison for that, for whatever. Like that. If I was him and I saw that come out, I'd be like, hey, y'all see, like I was in there. Yeah, I was in there. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't in there. But like 4 years, and y'all see I'm walking with the damn police. Like, come on. Like, I know I probably should have been in there, but like 4 years, like what are we talking about? Because I ain't gonna act like there wasn't also crazy motherfuckers that was outside, like beating the shit out of police and like bashing with the niggas. Like there was some crazy motherfuckers in the mix too. Like specifically to that guy who was there looking crazy to get 4 years. I think he got 4 years because he was on every magazine cover. He was like they had to make an example out of him. He was like everybody saw
they
him.
had to make it
The
look like it's a
QAnon
real thing.
shaman. Who is this? He's the leader, or is he just the crazy guy who looked the fucking craziest? And
Motherfucker
he was
probably
the
got
easiest
paid
one.
millions for that shit.
He was the guy to be put on the front like, this is the leader of this shit. This is the Republican Party. Look at this motherfucker, and that's everybody else. That's what that is.
He probably got paid millions to sit in jail for 4 years, bro.
Oh, so you say it's a thing for everybody?
At least the people that was directly inside and shit like that, or at least, unless the officers inside just knew to let a few people in, then and whoever got in just got in. But I feel like,
well, people got in from breaking windows and shit. Like they got in from that. There was people that got in from like just running up there first and being the first people through. But then there was also when they started trying to shut shit down, people that was breaking windows. Fight you watch the documentary. It's on HBO. It's called I forget what the fuck it's called. You could probably
I'm about to watch that movie that they made.
I mean,
with the great editing and things like that. I'm not buying that.
All right, whatever.
They made January. They tried to make January since seem like 9/11. Even the American public wasn't like invested in that shit, bro. Nobody.
No, I don't think nobody cares about it enough like that. Like to compare, like they say, like the Civil War and like all this type of shit. Like it looks crazy, yeah, but it's like it's also bullshit too. Because let's be honest, if like say a fucking police shooting happened in DC that was really bad, and I mean, even though you really can't compare Trump losing an election to like people being mad that somebody got killed by the police, but like if that was like Democrat motherfuckers ran up in there for whatever reason, like they wouldn't have the same reaction. Let's just say there was a trans bill they were about to pass, right? They were about to pass it. They're about to stop trans, whatever. And like people who support trans people, Democrats, liberals, they ran to the Capitol to stop it. Same type of shit. They wouldn't be calling it the fucking craziest thing in the world. They would say, these are people fighting for their rights. This is whatever the fuck. They wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Actually scratch that because they're going to be like, well, that's different because they're taking away people's rights. Let's just say they thought that their election was stolen on their side and Trump won again and they decided to run up in there. They wouldn't say shit that was the craziest thing. Let me just keep it to the exact same thing, exact same scenario. They thought Trump stole the election. They thought Biden should have won. They rushed in the Capitol. They wouldn't be fucking doing all that. That's all I got to say about it. Because we see that. Same thing you said. They said the vaccines, I wouldn't take it if Trump do it as soon as he's out of the same goddamn vaccine, but now they're in power. Everybody take the vaccine. It's all bullshit. They don't really care about it. It's just that the side they don't like did it. Anyways, Um, what else we got? I think we
You had a
covered pretty much
shitload of.
everything. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, only thing I felt because even with Woody Harrison, that was kind of just talking about the same thing with the vid stuff.
Yeah,
How you feel about Michael B. Jordan being corny?
it's whatever. I don't think he's corny. I think just Joe Budden was pandering. That's
But do
all.
like I seen women really believe in that? Do you
I don't know what
like?
he's. I don't know what he does that's corny. People say he's corny because he dates white people. I mean, if that's corny, then I guess he's corny.
Like I could see the Russell Wilson because the nigga can't dress and shit like that, but Michael B got style, and from what women the last 4 years before Louis Harvey, that nigga was supposed to be one of the sexiest black men alive. Let women tell it. So I don't understand how all of a sudden nigga corny, bro. I don't get the definition of what corny is. Like he successful, he a great actor, he not cheesy when it comes to anything like publicly. Like I don't even understand. Even with the shit with Louis
Date white
Harvey,
women,
but he just was dating Lori. So what the fuck?
but then he went to a white woman. Just
He
with
tried
dating
to,
one. Dating
but he
one
tried
is
to
enough.
marry Lori Harvey.
They don't. It doesn't matter. He left her, went to a white woman. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
see people saying.
it's still stupid. It's still stupid. Like I just out of all the black people that come out, like I can get you calling Childish Gambino maybe a little corny. I could get you calling certain people corny, like a DJ Envy. I can get somebody maybe calling him corny a little bit, but Michael B. Jordan, like one of the like top like male figures that black women love like the last 5 years. I just don't understand how he's corny. It was weird. I don't know.
It just people's definition of corny. Like when Joe Budden went out there and said, "That's why people think you're corny because the way you treated that woman. If she was a white woman, you wouldn't have said nothing." Joe Budden was fucking pandering. I hate pandering ass shit. Um, he
And
was
they
just
got
like,
on his ass for pandering.
yeah, like you were trying to pander. He was trying to pander to a crowd that was celebrating if he died. Like I don't even understand that. Like I said, if there's legitimate things going on
That's
with
a
black women,
bar.
if there's legitimate things going on with black women that like you really want to stand behind, that's one thing. But like to try to die on the Michael B. Jordan hill to defend black women, it's like that's a stupid hill. Doesn't even say nothing disrespectful to the lady. All he said was, "Oh yeah, the corny guy." Like when you saw I was corny in high school or whatever. And he
She
probably
made it worse.
maybe he was corny in high school. Maybe he was. Who fucking knows? I don't know. But most people aren't gonna die on that hill and try to go after him because he said that. You act like he said, you know, hey, you dumb bitch. Remember you saw I was corny? Fuck you, get out of here. Scram, go down the fucking line, go talk to somebody else. Like he didn't do that. He was just like, ask your question. Like, come on, ask your like, you know,
And,
like
and
ask your
she
question.
could have just been humbling, like, well, boy, was I wrong. Look what you came out to be.
She
And
ended
just
it. She
moved
said
on.
that. She did say he was good, but then she said, you're not corny anymore.
Yeah, but she tried to kind of, she's like, no, I didn't. Like, she tried to avoid it, like, kind of
And to
run
be
away
fair to
from it.
her, in the episode that they're talking about, she didn't say it was corny. Somebody else in the episode said he was corny. She just said they used to make fun of him, like not saying he was corny, but just like because I guess he used to walk around with his headshot or whatever. But like when we're kids, everybody gets fucking made fun of. So it's like
Yeah, but
they were like in seventh grade. It's like they were seventh grade or some shit.
And it's vivid memories. Like, let's be real. I compare it to this. If there was somebody that used to talk shit to you, maybe didn't like physically bully you, maybe didn't bully you, but it was kind of close to like you was annoyed by that person because it's just they like a nigga like Winston. The nigga never bullied me, but I don't like the nigga because he always would talk some shit. He always got some shit to say. And I feel like I could always fought him or whatever I wanted to, but I did fight him once, but person like that, if I was to see him nowadays, I probably wouldn't speak to him. Or someone like Paul Boyette. Like, I ain't really fuck with. He ain't never bullied me, but he used to push the limit a little bit. I wouldn't just like, if I seen him today, I wouldn't just be like, so
He
like,
used to get bullied by niggas. What's going on, man? Let us know something.
hey, in middle school, that nigga was way bigger than me. I wouldn't try and fuck with him. I ain't gonna lie. I remember that nigga did the most hoish shit, bro. We playing football outside. I don't know if I told this story before. But we were playing football outside before we go in, you know, like on a little basketball court with the tennis court at Humble Middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
This nigga do a spin move and this nigga
just
punch.
Whole childhood, goddamn. No,
He do a spin move and punch me. I'm like, I just do this. And I was like, bro, that's one of them ones I pick my belt. I'm like, man, I ain't got it.
That one about to be fight 51, huh?
Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't have it. Like that nigga was way stronger. Look, we work out with these niggas. We know who's stronger, who and I ain't gonna lie, at that moment I ain't have it, but I told that nigga, look,
that nigga was already, we was already in 8th, 7th grade. Nigga was already the size of a goddamn D1 offensive defensive tackle. So I was like, he's already there.
Facts. But look, my freshman year, he was trying to be. I think I did tell this shit. He was cool with Sherman. Everybody cool with Sherman. We obviously stay in the same neighborhood. I'm cool with him. He was like, what's up, Bryce, on some bullshit? I'm like, nigga, I don't fuck with you. That was my nigga, yeah, I'll box you right now story. Cause I showed stand up to him in middle school. I ain't gonna lie to you. I let him have it in middle school. But my point is, it's niggas, it's people that you was cool with in middle school and high school you wouldn't even talk to. So if they fuck with you,
when I see motherfuckers, I avoid people like the plague, nigga.
Exactly.
If I see somebody out and about, if I know him, even though I'm cool with him, I'm not even necessarily cool with him, but I have no issue. I just be like, I don't want to talk to him. I don't know. I was like, I'm just, hey, what's up? We out.
So if anybody had tension with you, you definitely gonna be like that. And imagine them trying to actually address you. You might say something. You might be like, no. I mean,
you got to think about it like this. If you're an A-list actor, you're an A-list actor, and like I said, for L'Oreal, she got a morning show in Atlanta. Like she's well known. Her podcast is known. Like, she's well known within her thing. She did with Angela Yee lip service for a while, and she's not just some fucking scrub. She's not just some scrub ass media person or whatever. She's not big like academics and Charlamagne, but for her lane, whatever she do, she doing all right in life for whatever. A lot of niggas, whatever she do would be their dream. Oh damn, she's known, she's this, she's that, she hang out with Charlamagne and this, but whatever. She's not Michael B. fucking Jordan. If I was Michael B. Jordan, I seen a motherfucker in high school talking shit, I might be like, yeah, what's up? You got me corny in high school. Now look at you. My point with the Joe Budden shit is he didn't go out. I feel like there was Joe Budden felt like this was a perfect moment to pander, and he completely didn't read the room and he completely missed the mark. Rather than just what he should have just took the side of Michael B. Jordan and been because this would have won him probably some points, at least with men, would have been something relatable. You can relate to not really being on your shit when you was younger. And then getting on your shit.
Women can relate to that.
Look at me now. Back then, you was oh, they rah, whatever. Look at me now. That's more you want to pander to somebody. It might be more pander to men than trying to pander to women to get, like I said, to get brownie points from people who all they did was said, don't you beat up black women? Don't you do this? You backfired. You thought it was going to work, but it didn't work for you. And now you just look dumb.
Yeah.
But
yeah, women love that. I glow up and shit on them niggas that used to make fun of and shit like that.
That's a good point, because let's be clear. If that was, let's say, Kelly Rowland, right? And there was another guy who went to high school, Kelly Rowland, and she was like, didn't you think I was the ugly duckling? Joe Budden was like, that's some queen shit to do, slave, whatever the fuck, going crazy.
A prime example, niggas talk shit about the dude that took Beyonce to prom because he didn't stay with her. They'll pull up their old prom picture I bet he wish he did better with his dumb ass. I remember that a while back. It was maybe years ago, but people used to bring up their prom picture and be like, what a dumbass. I bet he regret that shit. It's yeah, so it's people
just living his life with his family.
People will love that.
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's just it's a moment in time. I was reading the chat. Everybody, Trust says he bullies you now. Sounds like Winston gave 50 fights. Bryce the beats. Been telling y'all Bryce was the punch bag. Bryce 0-50. God damn,
that's crazy.
He said you 0-50. You the opposite of Floyd, man. You 0-50. I was watching this thing. This is a sidebar, real quick. They was talking about Tommy Fury. This is about who he's fought, who he's beat. Nigga said he fought a professional boxer that was 0-26. How you professional? At one point, you gotta stop being a professional. At 0-5, 0-10, you got all right. You're not cut out for this. How do you make it to 26 fights and lose every fight? That don't make no sense. But that's just a sidebar conversation. For that.
Have you ever seen me in a fight?
I saw you in a fight with what's his name? You slipped on that paper and he said, bop, 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 bop. And he said, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I ain't never seen a fight. Really. I seen you and Fox, but that wasn't even really a fight. It was a whatever the fuck that was, you know what I'm saying? But
you wasn't there when I fought Sydney either then.
I think you just ran up and hit him. I don't think like when you these don't really be like fights. They be just like
nah, me and Sydney fought. That's not what happened.
oh y'all squared up. I don't remember y'all squaring up, so I don't even remember that. I thought it was just like you hit him and then it was like people break it up. Like
nah,
I didn't know y'all really squared up with each other.
I slept that nigga. You was there with Benford.
Yeah, but he get like that was like y'all scrapping. I don't think he got his ass whooped, but like you know y'all.
Nah, you crazy. You the only nigga. You the only nigga that say that.
Because when I think of ass whooped, I think of like when I see them shit on Twitter where a nigga like he's out like a light. Like he ain't got no get back. That's what I'm talking about.
I fought him the first time when I found an apartment, I hugged him. Then we fought again outside. I ain't knock him out, but he only hit me one time.
That's what like I said. I didn't say you lost. You probably won, but like when I think of fighting, I think of like somebody. When I see somebody got their ass whooped, I'm like they got their like. If you don't really look like you got your ass whooped crazy, I don't think you got your ass whooped. You got licked. You got beat up, but like not like.
No. I ain't say I whooped his ass.
My definition of whooping somebody.
Nah, it's only a few dudes like I whooped their ass.
You won by points. You know what I'm saying? Like you won.
Yeah. That's how I fight though. I don't be trying to.
You ain't like knocking. You know what I'm saying? Like
nah, I don't fight to hurt niggas though. Like I don't like. Yeah. It's only a few niggas like I really fucked up. It was the nigga at Bacon. The coach was like, "Damn, who did that to your eye?" He was like, "I got stung by a bee." It was like, "Nah, that nigga lying." Bryce beat him up. It was like him. Like. Yeah, I put the pause on that boy. And then I fought the nigga Sergio. He used to be on the football team. I made that nigga bleed on the bus. But nah, it's probably like a handful of fights where I've been like, nah, I straight beat that nigga ass. But nah, most fights I just win just because like niggas ain't gonna touch me. I be trying to fight like Floyd, you know what I'm talking about? Shoulder.
I ain't really with the drama. Like when niggas say they about to fight. You know what it really is? When people say they about to fight, I don't even like to go to fights because I remember like when I was in elementary. And I don't know, it was elementary, maybe it was middle. No, I think it was elementary. And they called me, and they told me my cousin had got shot in the neck, but he was just walking by people that were fighting and observing a fight, and he got shot. So typically when fights go on, like I said, I know it's you and it's them, but like I don't really. You never know. Nigga might go crazy.
Nah, I stopped fighting for that same reason.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm not gonna go and watch. I don't even really care to see. I'll just know. Just tell me the aftermath of the fight. I'm like, I'm good on going to watch. Niggas fight because like I said,
I heard a couple.
I don't know whatever's gonna happen.
I gave one nigga at Bacon all uppercuts. They ain't gonna lie to you. He ain't gonna lie to you.
Bryce,
bro. If I tell you a nigga stole me in my mouth and ain't do nothing, why the fuck would I cap on some fights, bro? Like that, like bro.
Oh, you did just say you got punched and you ain't do nothing.
Bro, I ain't told my most embarrassing moments on this shit. I'm not about to be on here and be captain like I'm invincible, bro. I've lost some fights, but most of the fight, bro, you gotta think I've been more athletic than niggas. I wasn't raised by no bitch ass niggas, and my mama wasn't no bitch ass nigga. My uncle ain't no bitch ass nigga. My cousins, my daddy, ain't nobody in my family bitch ass niggas. So I always had it on me. I'm sorry, y'all. I
never been in like real like fights. Like I've slap boxed people before, and even like boxing. Like we used to box with like Blake. Like I don't think I've ever lost none of those type of exchanges either. So like I don't know how I do in a real fight. But I never had like either a slap box fight or a box like put gloves on where I like got my ass whooped. Like I did slap box out he one time and he whooped my ass. He slapped the fuck out of me one time. And I was like, all right, nigga, I ain't playing no more. Like not playing. That don't mean I quit. But like, all right, let me put my guard up. Let me stop fucking playing around. But that's about it. I never been like a real like. I gotta fight you. Like I never been in a real fight like that.
I ain't never lost a bunch of real fights, but slap boxing is two niggas, bro. And it makes sense. The nigga Jacqueline and the nigga Sherman, bro. We slap box all the time.
They got fast twitch muscle.
Nigga, like a cat, like a guy. God damn.
They got fast twitch muscle.
I'm a real nigga, bro. Like niggas been around me all my life. Like I can vouch for me, bro. I ain't about to cap, bro.
You look like you've had a lifetime of being slumped. That's why you look like the way you do. Like that's why you look like how you look. Like you look like you had a hard lifetime of being slumped. You look like this UFC fighter, actually.
Nigga, I can call my mama and she'll tell y'all how many fights I've been in, how many times she had to pick me up from school. Nigga, like, bro, you know how many times I've been suspended? Like, stop it. I've been to other schools for fighting and all type of alternative schools and everything. Like, what are we talking about? I definitely got into fights. It's on my school records.
Dude, what Trail look like? This nigga just look like he been in hell up getting his ass whooped all his life.
That nigga look like that nigga look like the ape that had to beg to
That nigga
in
say
the
we ain't
planet-
doing this. We ain't doing this
in
again.
the
Nigga
planet
say you
of the
300.
apes.
He say you
What's the
300.
nigga-
He say you nigga from the planet Eight. We ain't doing this again. Trail.
What's the nigga?
Look, the
I know
hood.
that
You
nigga
can have.
name.
You got the hood juice. You got it. I don't know. That sounds crazy, but you got it, big dog. You got it. You got it.
You Cobra. That nigga look like Cobra.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's all. We had a great show today. Great show. A lot of things to talk about. CNN cover, be the dope black fathers, John Morant losing the billions. Are we missing anything? Are we missing anything?
Nah, it was one topic, but it wasn't important.
All right. All I gotta say, closing out, and I see people saying they look like they're hoeing Lamar Jackson. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, that was the last one. It
We'll
don't
see
make
what
no
happens with
sense
that.
why he ain't get paid.
Have you seen that clip from the White Fresh and Fit
No.
where that girl got mad because the dude was like, "Oh, this relates to Andrew Tate." You see that clip going around Andrew Tate with the trans thing? Would you rather date a hot trans person or
Yeah,
an ugly one? What do you think about that? What would you choose?
I'm
For the context of people, would you rather have sex with a transgender who is a 10, look like Megan Fox, or a
woman,
biological woman who is a one that
Taking a
looks
woman.
like Hulk Hogan?
I'm taking a woman, and I'm taking a woman. It's not even a question.
I don't know if Andrew Tate was trolling. I don't know if he was trying to. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
If it was if I had to pick the last woman on earth, I'm picking the Hulk Hogan looking woman. We're gonna get her in shape on the island. We're gonna get her some squats or something. We're gonna thin her up or something. We're gonna figure something out.
Well, Hulk Hogan, he ripped. He already thin. He just swole. Ain't no getting a skinny in. You got to just lose the stack and let her eat protein.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Maybe loosen up some of the
my point was. Let me see if I can find the clip.
I seen the clip, but I think he was trolling. To be honest, but...
No, not Andrew Tate. I'm talking about the white boys.
Okay.
Where the girl blew up. She was mad because she was calling him. Is this right here? Bro, they really the White Fresh and Fit. That's crazy. Oh, that was an old ass clip. It's crazy how they shit their shit's like blowing up now. Like I gotta give Fresh and Fit. They like, I be talking shit about Fresh and Fit, but like they did create a whole wave for niggas to be successful with that whole bringing on girls. That's the first time I ever seen shit like that. So maybe there's a creator of that before, but these white boys doing this real like white type shit. So, but anyways, the girl, she stormed off, right? Because the guy asked him, would you rather have sex with a hot transgender or the oldest woman in the world? The guy said, I'll pick the oldest woman in the world because I'm not gay. And they was all mad, like, it's not gay, it's this. They stormed off. You're a piece of shit. You're a transphobe. It's like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, we can't demonize niggas we always talk about this, but we can't do that. You can live your life, but if a guy says, I don't have sex with a biological guy, right? It's bless you, bless your heart.
Old woman and ugly women need dick too.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Oh, that's a white boy shit. Shake my head. Is that good though? Y'all talking about help the community, but support Fresh and Fit bringing hoes. I didn't say I support Fresh and Fit. I said salute to them for creating a lane for niggas. They created a lane for all these. They created a lane for just pearly things. They created a lane for these whatever white guys. They got an Asian. They got a white Fresh and Fit. They got an Asian Fresh and
flying low.
They got all these Fresh and Fit.
Who the fuck come on here talking about? Oh, we trying to say the fucking community. No, we don't be on that soapbox. Not trying to make us to be them guys. We some dudes come on here, share our opinion, speak on the way of the world.
Most things I talk about with the community is like gang shit and either like young men like using that shit to ruin their lives or like people fucking with kids. That's what I talk about. Like people being hoes, I can't relate to that. I'm not in the dating market. I don't know what y'all niggas do. I don't know how it is to date, trying to find a woman. I don't know. I'm married. I don't fucking know. That's y'all shit. And even with that, even with the kid shit, speaking of this shit too, did you see that they did like a baby drag show They like for babies and their parents. The woman was it was a dude actually dressed as a woman was like flipping over in the thong. I'm like, these are babies. Like, what are we? What? I used to get on your ass about saying like eventually they're gonna try to make like the pedophilia shit cool. I'm like, ain't never gonna happen. They're never gonna try that shit. But I feel like people like inching closer to trying that shit. That's crazy. Now, one, obviously, I'm gonna put all the blame on the parents because there's no way I'm gonna bring a baby, a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not gonna take my 18-year-old. I'm not gonna take you nowhere because I don't do that shit. So I'm not gonna bring you there. But regardless, for parents to bring their babies to something like that, it's crazy. It's crazy. Parents, let me see. Bring babies. I can't pull it up on the screen. Let me see if I can pull up this picture. Fuck it, the WebE file. Bet it's a JPEG. All right, YouTube, don't hold me. This is some shit y'all got on the fucking thing. Let me see. Can you upload a picture on here? Add a source. Extra camera presentation, local files. No, I need a video. Oh, it's over here. All right, what are they talking about in the chat? Somebody say something in the chat? I know.
He said the same thing. He said Bryce should be a help coach. You trying to help coach hoes to be better the fuck.
Oh, anyways, so I'm gonna show this picture really quickly. This is a drag show where they brought babies. Look at that, babies, kids, parents. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. What are we doing? And then they get mad when people call shit like that out. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? If you SBE any bit, you definitely helping hoes. I don't know what SBE thing. What's SBE mean? What's SBN? I don't know what SBN is. If you SBE, what is that? That's another acronym like I hate all women. What y'all say? MGTOW, like we fuck the women, we'll need them. Whatever y'all said. Flying low, you got a wife and kid. You ain't with the MGTOW shit. You ain't with that, man. You just like me, man. We don't even in that realm. We don't even like participate in that type of shit. That's why I don't care about none of that shit because I don't even participate in it. So it's like that's a lane for niggas to do. God bless them. They making money. I seen Myron was with Sneeko and there was some of their net worths. He said they make $1 million off their YouTube shit last year. Hey, God bless. They supporting themselves, they feeding themselves, and that's the lane they created. Shame, blame, explaining to women. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, different. I am on the outside laughing. That's we just laughing at these niggas. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, go get a wife, go fucking have babies, go be happy, move on. That's all. Anyways, do we got anything else?
No, man, that's about it.
So we didn't stream last night. You know, whatever. I streamed on Monday. I streamed on Monday as soon as I got off the plane. I got off the plane at like 8:30. Had to go through customs. Picked up my kids. Came back. Started streaming. My damn modem overheated, so that I streamed, but then it went out. So that's why that went out. We were supposed to stream yesterday. I simulcast today. This counts as a different show stream as well, but it's still absolutely sure only. But I simulcast on my shit because I gotta mix this on both channels. I'll be back. I might stream solo tomorrow. I'm not guaranteeing shit. If y'all see a flyer go up, then that means I'm doing. But I'll definitely be back Friday. Bryce, what do you got? Any, you're streaming. What do you got?
Hey, man, y'all know where to find me at, man. Emerald Thoughts or Emerald Gamer and Reactions.
You'll find Trill there, ready to troll. Trill, I ain't got a lot of Trill. I fuck with you. Like, you gotta have a lot of time on your hands. Because you'll be like in there every time. All like for the top. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I can't watch a nigga play Madden. Like, I might watch for a little bit, laugh at the nigga if he losing, but I can't just sit there and watch a nigga play Madden and just talk shit just for the sake of talk. Like, you got nothing, you got no friends to go hang out with. Like, you in college. You got a party to go to, a fraternity to try to get into. Like, you got nothing going on at this damn college.
Nigga, I played with the Texans and was up 14-0 with like 2 minutes in the game. We were just starting. I had the Texans.
He texted me and told me he was getting your ass whooped.
By who?
I don't know.
By who?
I don't know who he was losing to.
I know it was probably one game yesterday.
But anyways, salute to the people that was watching. We had a couple people commenting throughout the night. If you're not subscribed to the channel right now. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm about to start. I'm gonna take this channel more seriously. I'm gonna start posting the clips and all that shit because we can't just. This channel can't just survive off posting one live a week. I gotta post the clips. I gotta post shorts. But we'll be here. Salute. Like I said, Defense Show will be back on Friday. If y'all see a flyer go up tomorrow, then I'll be back tomorrow night. If there's enough shit to talk about for tomorrow, we'll be there doing that. That's it. I'm done. Salute. I'm going to bed. Bryce, any closing last minute?
Hey man, stay up, stay happy, stay strong.
We out. Peace.